My name's Graeme. Welcome to the JackBox Party Pack 8. An early look at things. Actually, the first time ever I've had this early of a look. I think they've sent me the game like a day ahead, like for Jackbox 7 maybe. First time I get access to it like a week early. That's like really awesome. I guess playing these games every single year they come out very dedicatedly and making a review of them has, I don't know, got on someone's radar. So that's very exciting. Thank you to the developers for sending an early look at this. I'm very excited to do it live, which I don't do very often for Jackbox. Usually we get friends together and play. I'll still be doing that soon for the sake of a comprehensive review look at these games. I have not played any of these yet, and I kind of like barely know what's going on. It's going to be set up for people to join in live. So whoever the lucky folks are who decided to join in on things here, then yeah, we get to all play together. There is a sequel to Drawful, where my understanding is you basically draw 2 frames instead of one single animation, one single picture, and then the rules are essentially the same from there. The Wheel of Enormous Proportions, this is their trivia game for this particular box. Job, use other people's words to score the job. I have no idea how this one works, really. I don't understand it myself. I don't know how many of these games are going to be super streamer friendly. Like, they're obviously made with that in mind, but I don't really know. I don't know how well it's going to play out. I like that they have writing, drawing, trivia chance, head-to-head writing. Like, I don't think they usually include that. That's very helpful to show basically what the games are going to be. Out loud plays. That one seems difficult, but we'll try to make it work with the live chat going. And weapons drawn. Somehow not another drawing game. This is our social deduction game for this pack. I just want to make sure we have a few settings in place here. Like, for example, some profanity, sure, but you know what? I'm gonna do strict because I know people are gonna try and push that. Allow moderators to improve. I think I would have to have set things up like really specifically to make some of that sort of stuff work. Subtitles we definitely want. Extended timers, I think, because there's usually a delay between the stream and your guys' like viewing of things. I'm getting asked how to join. As soon as I pick the first game, which will be Drawful, I'll just go through them in order. Then people will be able to join. We definitely want tutorials, keeping tutorials. I'm not going to enforce any of that other stuff. I'm not going to hide room codes. So it's just me and you guys, so we all get to jump on in immediately. We will do Drawful Animate, so there'll be up to 10 people who can get on board. Luckily, there's a delay in things so that I can, like, enter my name and everything first. And then you guys can join, and so hopefully I'll always be the first one in a room. I'll pick Drawful Animate. There'll be a room code on screen somewhere for people to join in on. You have to go to jackbox.tv, so the easiest way to do that's going to be like through your phone. If you're watching this on your phone, it's going to be a little bit difficult. I'll leave that to you to figure out. You can also join on a computer though. Like, you can go to jackbox.tv on your computer, iPad, phone, any device essentially that has a web browser, and you can still play through there. It sounds like there's around 10 people hanging out in chat, so that's perfect. I don't really know what friend mode would be. Play with personalized content. That's kind of cool. Create your own drawing titles. Also fun that you're allowed to do that. Play timely or thematic content. I think sometimes they do like seasonal things, you know, Christmas, whatever. I will ask people, what is the balance like between me and the game audio? Right now it's just background music, but the tutorial will be narrated, and so I want you guys to hear the tutorial. But we also have subtitles turned on, so, you know, shouldn't matter that much. Draw intentionally bad animations. UXYK. That's what you guys are going to have to enter on jackbox.tv to join in on. I gotta make sure that, like, my face is never in the way of crucial details while I have that turned on. I'm just kind of double checking. I'm curious if it's gonna onion skin animations. Like, as someone who's actually animated before, that would make things a lot easier. The sound for the game is really low. Okay, everyone seems to be kind of agreeing on that. So I will turn up the game a smidge. We'll go from there. Hopefully people can hear the game all right. You will create a simple animation, draw your first frame, then tap on the frame 2 tab. I want people who are like just in the audience, because you can still, we got 6 people in the audience to kind of see what's going on. Little tutorial here. Draw your second frame. You will see your first frame drawing faded out. So onion skinning, that's called onion skinning, to be able to see the previous frames. That will notably make things easier. Every player has a set number of colors and there's no eraser. You have 2 colors and black, it seems. When both frames are done, you submit, and presto, changeo, all done. Looks fantastic. What am I gonna draw? What's gonna be? I'm not gonna remember. As much time as I've put into this game recently, I'm not gonna remember how this stuff looks. And that's a little bit shameful, so I'm going strictly off memory here. I feel like I kind of botched it a little bit, but that's the no eraser thing immediately coming into play. For the record, I'm 2 left bums. I'm out here making fun of myself. Get ahead of it before anyone else can do it, you know? And I'm kind of just gonna do the same drawing twice, more or less, because it'll just kind of look animated, even though I'm not really gonna be making him do anything. That's terrible. I'm so not happy with that. I really like have next to no experience drawing on a phone. I know some people like exclusively draw on the phone. I remember someone, I was like talking to someone who made a game on Newgrounds, and they like made their entire game's art on their phone, and that blew my mind. A nice cute piece of toast. Just a few happy friends. People wait. I like Alex's little wave that he's giving. Rinciple's got a fun little hop going on. Speed Drummer turns into an exciting E. Happy faces. Sailor Drew. Oh, Sailor Drew, good to see ya. Oh, there you go. You're in the chat as well. Well, we know each other. If you don't mind, I'm gonna chuck you into moderator role. Do with that what you will. Alright guys, I think we're excited. Everyone's ready. So I think we can hop into an actual game here.
Hi, it's Drawful Animate. Time to channel your social anxiety into performance anxiety. This is a 1-round game. Come on, let's play.
This is gonna itch my brain as someone who actually has animated before.
It might be something unusual, like Tornado Sisters or Eat the Statue. Draw an animation on your device that fits the title. When you've finished, hit submit. The more players that guess your correct title, the more points you'll get. You've got this, probably.
I immediately like regret every decision I made with how I'm choosing to set this drawing up, but you know, I'm gonna have to make do. There's numerous things I should have given a greater consideration to. So everyone draws their 2-frame animation, and then it's a matter of trying to like trick each other.
Don't forget you can still join the audience by going to jackbox.tv.
This was a mistake. I've made so many mistakes. I hate this. I hate what I've done. I want color, but I did the black lines first. I don't know. I have a plan. I have a plan to salvage what I've done here. It's not gonna look good. It's not gonna make sense. But I think it'll do the trick, kind of. Unclear if this will work. That's just scribbles. All I'm doing is scribbles. I'm just doing this. There's no undo or anything, so you're stuck with the choices you make. I wish I could preview. I wish I could preview how the animation looks to see if it's like coming together how I want. I guess I can kind of just alternate between the two tabs. Yeah, I'm not confident that's gonna do much of anything for anyone.
Start thinking about that second frame. And dreaming of a better life.
We're about halfway through your time. Kind of, yeah, halfway through. There we go. I got mine locked in. It's crappy. Yeah, this, as an audience member for this stage, there's not going to be a lot to look at, obviously. We're pretty early into things. And so we will submit our 2-frame animations, and then same as the original Drawful, everyone else, or one person, it's like per animation, everyone submits what they think the original prompt was. And then everyone has the opportunity to guess which they think the animator was drawing theirs based off of. So everyone submits lies, and then your job individually is to like find the truth. I really have always loved Drawful. Drawful 2 is a standalone game that's like probably one of the best Jackbox games, and since it's standalone, it makes it like extra worth it.
Hey,
whatever, $10 something, get it on sale.
The animations are in. Let's check them out.
Okay, I'm so excited to see what people actually drew.
What's a title that you could trick your friends into thinking it's correct? Write it on your device.
I guess I don't want to narrate my instincts because I don't want to give you hints into what I am potentially going to write here. I don't know. I have so little faith in that. We're really proving the point of Drawful as a title. Yes, Katrina's very much right in that regard. Alex, not much time left. With the delay, it's not worth it for me to state things like that. A dog bone thing, getting eaten and digested, animal swap, Mondays, am I right? Toad transforms into beautiful frog, all aboard the horse plane, poking piggybacks, definitely not Eiffel Tower, and beer kissing, weirdest cow ever, sad cow rider. There are a few of those that I am suspicious of. Some of them are like really straightforward. Some of them are, I think maybe I got my pick. I think I've honed in. Good question on the audience. The audience votes as well, and so I'm guessing the audience is going to like contribute points to someone's lie. So if your lie was good enough to fool people, you get points. If you also fool the audience, I'm assuming that's also going to be worth points. I like when it's split up in a way where like almost every single suggestion ends up getting like a vote. So these are incorrect. These are people's lies, and it's showing who guessed that lie and then distributes. Someone guessed twice, and the audience. That was me. I'm glad. I'm glad at least some people fell for that one. I was tempted with sad cow rider, but I think I got it. I think it's the transformation one. Probably someone else guessed it. Just me. Oh, and Katrina. There we go. So you get points for guessing the actual title. So I'm coming away from that round, like, looking pretty rock solid there. It's also funny that I earned 2 left thumbs. Like, you can like people's things when you think they're funny or creative or what have you.
Compose your title.
And so that's really funny that I specifically got 2 left thumbs as a result there. My initial thought on this was so immediate that what am I doing? I got to go with my first instinct here. If you somehow submit the original prompt, like if you, even though they're usually pretty obtuse, if you somehow nail it down, you like, I think it tells you like, sorry, that you got it right, by the way. Try and come up with a lie instead. Okay, quick submissions on that one. Helicopter hand control. Waving to a helicopter. Losing control of your toy helicopter. Island rescue gone wrong. Heli-buy. Helicopter. Help rescue me. Toy helicopter. Goodbye ponytail helicopter lady. I'm so genuinely curious where the ponytail came into that. And see you later, helicopter. Do you know what? None of those really grab me, because so many of them are so in the same vein. So I kind of... The ponytail one is so weird and so specific, it makes me want to guess it, but I don't know.
Oh, get over yourself. Just pick something.
Damn it. I feel like I ran out of time.
I can't wait to see what happened.
Is the stream delay too much for the audience to participate effectively? Ooh, there's not a lot I can do about that, unfortunately. I have no faith. I don't think I fooled anyone, and I don't think I'm gonna guess this one. So I'm gonna lose some ground that I had there. The audience is kind of split around as well. The ones that are about waving and saying hello and things seemed too obvious. I got a couple people. With helicopter. I was trying to think of like highly-copter. I was trying to think of a better way to make that pun land better. You know, it's just I had so little time left. No one got it, hey? That one was so strange that I was so tempted to pick it. Like, what? Who would have written that, right? I think the ponytail maybe didn't quite make it in there. Unless that's not a hand, and it's someone, like, whipping their ponytail back and forth. That's my main thinking on that one there.
This is the part of the drawing game where you do writing.
I love the narrators in Jackbox Games. I'm curious if Sailor Drew is pumped about the sailboat. Although, I'm guessing it's more of like a Sailor Moon thing than you are the captain of a ship. The interesting thing is we could start paying attention to who, like, you could know who drew what based on their colors available, right? I have purple and red as my 2 colors. Someone else, I guess, has purple and blue. I think in Drawful 1, you only had 1 color. Drawful 2, you had 2 shades of the same color, so you'd have 2 greens, 2 blues. This one seems to just kind of give you 2 random colors, which actually is quite helpful. Pirate Throw, but definitely worst. Speedy Saily Boaty, Fart-powered sailboat, wind-powered, toy boat out at sea, flatulence-powered sailboat, boat powered by farts, fart-poop crescent boat, boat using fart power, turbo-boasted boot. How many of those had farts involved? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Literally half of them. Literally half of them are fart-based. So a lot of people are on the same line of thinking. One of those is very funny to me, but I can't say it out loud because I don't know. I was the last one to vote, apparently. I thought wind-powered was hilarious because it's like this idea... Oh, crap. Immediately proved wrong. That sucks. I thought wind-powered was so funny because it works on, like, 2 levels. I thought if I threw flatulence in there, it would be, like, less obviously coming from a person. Like, oh, surely the game would have suggested that. Oh, thank you. Thank you for the sweet message there, AG. It's been good. It's been a good stretch for me, you know. I've been having fun with it. Probably a few too many videos, but I'm gonna back off for like kind of the remainder of the year. I'm kind of in like a coasting, chill mode. Gonna take it easy. I need to focus on Dead Estate releasing. I also need to focus on a little bit of school stuff. Fart-powered sailboat. The hyphen should have been what gave it away for us. Oh my goodness, after that first round, I've fallen so far out of this. Oh, that was that round. That round I did very poorly. I'm still hanging in there. I'm gunning for you, Alex. We still got plenty of time.
I drew this under a time limit vibes.
Wow, mean narrator, just dumping on people so openly, hey? Chill a little bit. I like this drawing a lot. I think there's like a good interpretation here, or like, I don't know, things bounce around enough to give that feeling of animation, and like there's enough vaguenesses to it for people to probably suggest like a weird amount of possible things. Make sure to get enough potassium. I actually, like, 5 minutes before this, because I realized I like hadn't really had lunch, I had a peanut butter and jelly sandwich and like a banana smoothie. So I'm loaded in potassium. I got all of it right now. Thinking about crimes, seeking finger guns, finger bullet, cheese fingers, lost my whittle button, where is my dinosaur pet, rock paper thinker, person guessing how to shoot, thinking about snapping fingers at soap, pointy cheese thinker. There's you know what? There's such a wide spread there that I got nothing. Some of these make more sense than others. There's one of these is so good.
Come on.
I'm gonna guess it, and I'm gonna give it a thumbs up because I just am that baffled by it. Oh, running out of time. Is someone gonna miss their chance?
Okay, here's what happened.
I think everyone got in there. I don't think we ran out of time. Weirdly specific. Good job, Drevno. It's like a great way to trick people in this game often. Oh, dang it. Brutal. That was the one I guessed and gave a thumbs up to. It didn't make any sense, but it was such a good, like, the finger was the rock, the paper. I really liked that one. I thought that was a really good lie. Got a couple people with that one. He's like shooting a bullet out of his finger and he can't find it? I don't know. Well, I don't know what a whittle button is. Like, it's tiny? It's a whittle? Oh, whittle button. What is that? What does that mean? That's so confusing. Oh my goodness, we have a ways to go on this, don't we?
This animation answers the question, what if someone kind of tried?
No, rude. You can see the effort. There's effort top to bottom all over the place here. I have an idea. I really had to alter and correct that one a lot. Maybe.
Write anything. Literally write the
Maybe
word
a
anything.
half-decent lie? As for guesses, I don't know. It's impossible. It's impossible to know. Pizza fight. Yum. Pizza. Pizza exchange day. House reproduction. Like the houses are banging. Pizza police. Old to new. Person going to the wrong orange juice shop.
It's
Which,
decision time.
you know, the typo maybe gives that one away a little bit. Pizza store infidelity. Ordering pizza from a different pizza place. Get out of the way, little centipede corgi there. You're blocking one of the submissions. Did I skip reading Pizza Bandit Strikes Again? I feel like I did. How did I not register that one? Pizza Exchange Day is really funny.
Let's go.
That one, whatever, the drawing, the prompt, it sparked a lot of
Alrighty, let's see what you
creativity. Oh, I'm hearing audience members have to guess the most popular word during the interval. I wonder where this will be incorporated. Oh, so the game is like, oh damn, that was a really good one. Good one, Savvy. The game is generating, what are those called? Like word clouds for the audience to. I love that you're telling me what is going on from the audience perspective. That's very informative and helpful for me. That's super cool. I appreciate that so much. And it sounds interesting. I'm curious if it'll pay off in any way whatsoever. Maybe once the game is like fully complete. Pizza store infidelity. It's a good drawing. The drawing was like the best version of that it could have been. Could work to anyone who actually guessed that one correctly. Jeez. It's tough. Hey, Furt Dirt.
I really hope this animation isn't a prophecy.
Huh. Okay. There's so many ways I could take this. I can't tell if this is the easiest or hardest one to come up with possible interpretations of. It's getting harder and harder to guess
Write
these.
something. I'm talking to you, discouraged
I kind of
novelist.
agree, and I don't even it's not ordered in any way based on difficulty or any like measurable anything, right? Because it's just randomly putting them in an order that from stuff we drew a while ago. Ladder and beer is the best combo. I kind of thought it looked a little bit like a trash can with green trash. Beer tower love connection. Beer loves Wi-Fi. France and beer kiss. Kiss me, I'm beer. Beer
This is
making
what we're working
techniques. Mug of beer kissing with a French bread. A romance between Na. A map of Europe where France and Germany are kissing. And drunken romance. Drunken romance is kind of funny. Most people picked up on the beer, and a couple of interpretations, ladder or tower, and a few people going even more specific to call it the Eiffel Tower. We got France and French
Pick a choice.
coming
You're
up
making me
a few
nervous.
times here, actually.
Okay, who got tricked?
I'm gonna have to give out a couple of likes here, I think. Drunken romance is pretty funny for its like simplicity. Nice. I was really hoping tossing connection in there would make it sound like it was a thing. That super isn't a thing. But I thought it would sound like it was, and it kind of worked. So, cha-ching on the points there. I'm so excited by this because Drawful's like one of my all-time favorites. That's gotta be it. It had to be. It was too insane. I think that's a very funny drawing of that. It doesn't quite get at it literally, so I like it's kind of off the mark there. a little bit bullet head, but like several people still managed to guess it, so you know it's not all bad.
It was perfect disaster.
That line for the torso ended up a little bit longer than you meant it to, and so for half the frames, this drawing ends up with a penis. Not intentional, I assume, but it's kind of what happened. There we go. No second guessing. First instinct. Throw it out there. People are starting to get a firmer grasp on the game. How are things going from the audience participation side? I'm really hopeful that at the end of these 10 rounds, because usually in Drawful, if you're playing with like 5 people, you would play multiple rounds. I'm thinking because we actually have a full 10, it's probably not going to do that. It's probably just going to play the first round because so many points are on the line. And I'm guessing at the end of these 10 rounds, we'll find out what the deal is with the audience word cloud. The perfect, most savory slice. Dinner time. Consuming a pizza backwards. Oh, okay. Pied Piper of Subway sandwich. Person eating a bread. Pizza pie lover. I sure love my sandwich. Big boy pizza. Blowing into a giant whistle and chugging a cigar. Just orphan that whole thing down. No time to huff anything. The funny thing is I'm a little bit curious if there's some psychology to it that because like 2 rounds ago or whatever, Vedic says the little stickman penis is not intentional. I assume not, but who knows? You should have drawn some shorts on him to cover it up.
Pretty please
Lewd as is, but I kind of feel like people's brains were primed with pizza a couple rounds ago, and so most people read that as being pizza, and I'm very curious if that's a coincidence, if it actually was pizza or not. I'm guessing not, because I think I know which one it is. Consuming a pizza backwards was a good guess. I like that, because it kind of does have the outward triangle thing. Savory slice, so delicious. Blowing into a giant whistle, that one's pretty funny too, actually. I don't know about the ×2. I really don't understand what that means when ×2 comes up sometimes. That was so strange. Oh, Sailor Drew! Amazing lie. What the heck is it then? Giant whistle? Oh, I gave that one a like for being funny. Oh crap! I'm actively covering up the room code. I'm so sorry. Anyone who's been trying to join has been completely unable to. I had that in mind early on, but not now. Jeez. Dang you, Sailor. Got us. Not very happy with my prompt there. I think as soon as I read the whistle one, I was like, that's in my top 2 or 3 guesses of what that last picture could have actually been. There weren't a ton of things. I think that's as
this is worth it.
I guess what might have sold it more is like the gym coach whistle that's like a straight line and then, you know, a circle down below. Like that might have been more obviously as a whistle rather than like a flute. Flying saucer getting a ticket. Abducting an alien extraterrestrial serial commercial. UFO traffic. Cheapest alien car wash. Unidentified flying ping pong ball. An alien getting a fine. Alien getting a ticket. Aliens abduct me, please. And space parking ticket. He's so angry. Look, I like I'm realizing I'm seeing now the rage in this alien's face. There's some funny ones in here that I quite like. Oh, dang it. There's too many. Oh, you can double down once per game. That's what that is. Oh, well, I'm not doing it here because I definitely don't have... There's too many on the board that are too similar to one another. And so I can't double down on this one because there's like 4 that are circling the same idea of getting a ticket, right? That's terrible. And that was my first instinct because the little orange thing off to the side there looked like a ping pong paddle, so I was picturing him playing ping pong with the UFO. I could have workshopped that one more. It was not a very good lie. Thanks for directing people in the comments of how to make their way into joining in. Oh, I should have doubled down after all. It was an excellent drawing. I love it. Ripping it off the windshield, just so mad. I guess it's probably not a windshield, not really wind in space. It's just a vacuum shield, shielding yourself against the vacuums or space particulate. Oh, good.
Okay, I'm gonna have nightmares about this one.
Good lord, that's an appropriate reaction, I think. It's an arrow, by the way, pointing off screen, kind of to the bottom right area there. Can I bring in my mouse? Yeah, that's an arrow. I drew this one. It came out worse than I was expecting. So, ooh, choose animation speed, so I can slow it way down if I want. Or way faster, which because it's meant to be action-based, I think that would be funnier. That's really fun. I really like that as an option. That there's only 5 possible settings, but I feel like that allows you to really play around with things, and you could like really plan things based on that. So something like the pizza exchange, the pizza infidelity. That one was telling like a story. It was like 2 storyboards rather than 2 frames of an animation. That one would benefit from being slowed down. Bloody Plunger Disintegrating, Raspberry Pi Hyperdrive, Fiery Sled, Armadillo Getting Towed, Spider-Man's Cooler Brother, Driving in the 90s, Exploring Taco, a UFO Getting Obliterated by a Laser, Zoom, and Mouse Definitely Gets Yeeted. Definitely a yeet. Full on. For the audience word, I wrote nightmares. So it wasn't a matter of picking from the like word web. For this one, you had to submit an audience word. I have not fully understood the audience participation end of this so far.
There are no judges on the ballot.
I'm the judge. I'm the one. I'm being judgy. I'm actively judging things.
Okay, who picked what?
Now I can say, I drew it at an angle, thinking I'd have more room for things. Didn't really work. There were supposed to be 2 things on screen, so instead there is now a rope tied around the torso of this thing, and it's getting yanked off screen. And so I was trying to do like, motion blur to like sell that. Kind of didn't work very well. A little bit, maybe. You can write anything for audience words. Unclear when that will come into play. I thought Fiery Sled was funny. Raspberry Pi. So many of these are funny. I actually think I'm thumbs upping like most of these. The mouse. No one got it. Oh, that was terrible. I was so unhappy with that, and it makes sense that it went as poorly as it did. Do I get 1,000 points just for having drawn it, even though no one remotely got it?
Final drawing.
Oh, I'm gonna really regret not using my double down at some point in the game. Dang it. Yeah, the audience members don't actually draw. They're kind of just there to participate in votes and kind of mess around with things. There's some level of interactivity.
Right,
yes.
write your little heart
Yeah,
out.
the audience, there's only room for 10 actual drawers and like official guessers and submitters. But then we have 10 people in the audience on top of that who are playing around. Sissy Bacca, the imposter, was among us. White was not the imposter. Alien approaching with hostile intent. Suspicious specimen. Eject. Old trends. Full
here are
Graeme
the
plays was not an imposter. White is the imposter among us. That's tough. So many people are so near the idea, you know? Near the same idea. I don't know the answer. If I double down, you can't lose points, right? So if anyone hasn't doubled down yet, now is probably the time to do it, because I think this is the last round.
Alrighty, let's see what you did.
Dang it. I doubled down on it. Crud. There, I guess that's extra points for Alex. I just fed Alex double points on that one. My suspicion was that the actual thing is not going to be Among Us related. So I think alien approaching with hostile intent, or something like old trends, would be a good guess. It's a pretty good lie. Pretty good lie. I assumed that this game wouldn't have Among Us memes in it. Wow, Savvy's had a few really clutch lies. A soul for a soul. Really? I'm so sorry,
Not your
Rincible.
best moment.
I really think that was the best you could have done, but because it was so on the nose, every lie was in the same realm there. Yes. Win for the bums. I really think it gave you so little room to work with. Most liked? Oh, Savvy deserved it. I think there was some unbelievable lies coming from Savvy throughout that game. That would have... It's hard to think through that entire half hour of gameplay, but in my mind, that would have been my pick. I'm curious if some of the stuff from the audience participation is gonna play a role all of a sudden. I love that it became a thing for these credits to have their own original theme songs. Like, the Odd Game used to do that very infrequently, but it's like, maybe they're committing fully to it now. I think this is the first Jackbox Party Pack to be released after, like, lockdowns. So Jackbox 7 was in production when lockdown started, and the Jackbox Games had this skyrocket in sales because people needed things to play from home and play remotely, and that box was mid-production. This one is coming after that swell of like new audiences, and so I'm really curious if they had like a higher budget this time around. I really assume so, and I think that would fit really well into this game. That's part of where things like credit theme songs get to come from. Next up, Big Wheel. I'm gonna do, I forget if that's actually what it's called. I feel like the name is more complicated than that. This is probably, I'm guessing the audience participation stuff is not going to come into play here. I feel like sometimes in certain games they like bring up like, oh, here was the most liked lie and things. Loving memory of Adam Charney. That's very sad. That's a great credit theme. Little owl scratching his butt. That's pretty funny. So we'll move our way along. Nope, not even to there. To exit to pack. That's what I would have wanted. That's the more helpful one. The wheel of enormous proportions, aka big wheel. Okay. It's trivia, it's chance, 2 to 8 players, 10,000 in the audience. Takes 15 to 30 minutes. But it also said this takes 15 to 30 and it took over 30. So I think if you're playing with the maximum amount of people. We played some of the longer, we're playing the longer ones up top here. So wheel of enormous proportions. Everyone can queue up their names and everything to try and join. Jackbox.tv. I guess that'll be helpful for people to see probably if it wasn't blurry. Come on, go into focus. Jackbox.tv. Make sure you go to there on some device of yours to be able to join in. Ooh. Will this fit? There's my name. Locking that one in. I'm happy with this. So, DZFH. I was thinking in my mind like the notorious B.I.G., the enormous B.I.G. So I'm the enormous B.I. Graeme. I immediately like the little avatar characters. We got I don't even know what to call this guy. Cute little blue hooded guy, which I mean, does that mean I kind of like have no choice but to wear a hood for this round? I think that's like a requirement here. So hood up. We got a witch, I don't know, like a vampire with a cool hat, spooky clown, which is representing the audience apparently. Is this? Well, I think someone named themselves audience, which is going to be very confusing. So it's very accurate that you ended up with a clown. That's just kind of funny. I like the little knight, a robot, like a mermaid, and a mummy. Who knows what it's all about? But I dig it. It's funny. We got 15 people in the audience. Read room code?
The room code is DZFH.
That's helpful. I should just like try and click that as soon as...
The room code is DZFH.
If I just hit up on the keyboard, it does it as well. That's crazy helpful. So, yeah. I say we get going as soon as I find out where the start button is. It's on my phone. Okay, now we can start properly.
You have traveled to this sacred mountaintop, seeking answers from the all-knowing wheel of enormous proportions. You may now ask the wheel any one question that torments your very soul. Should you be chosen, your longing for truth will be satisfied, and your life forever changed.
I have no idea how the question I ask is going to affect the game and how badly a poorly asked question will affect things. Like, is this stupid? Am I gonna break the game by asking a very dumb question
that,
here? It's too warm for the hood.
The wheel of enormous proportions
Can't do it.
You're seeking answers to life's mysteries, but have to win a silly trivia game first. Who would make you do that?
Oh, so that might just be a starting point.
And you get points if I land on your slice. Earn 20,000 points and your next spin can win you the game. But not just anyone can spin me. You have to prove yourself first. You have the chance to win points thanks to these 2 slices. But your odds increase
Delicious
when you have more of
pizzas.
them. So we're gonna earn some by doing trivia. And here we go.
I like the voice acting of this like
I've
sun
lined up
god
some
deity.
questions, starting with this one. As of 2020, which of these are
exciting.
the most popular search engines in the world? Just tap on the ones that fit the prompt.
The ones, multiple. I like that. I like
And
that
what
you
about
can
you in
actually
the
have
audience?
numerous.
Vote for the player you think will do best. If the majority of you guess right, you'll earn a special slice of your own.
That would make a lot of sense if you were in a room full of people and you could be like, oh, you know a lot about geography, you know a lot about science, you use a lot of search engines. That would make a lot of sense for the audience, I guess, if you have a familiarity with the players. As is, I feel like it's totally just going to be a guess. How many am I supposed to pick? Tab the answers, it says. It doesn't limit me. So I actually don't know how many of these I should be using. I'm guessing 3. I'm picking 3 that I think, and it wasn't a matter of picking first, second, third. It was just pick 3. Sit tight, little meeple. Meeple was the word I was looking for. I didn't think of
Search
these things as
engines
being
are
meeple.
adorable. I could tell you everything you need to know so much faster, but you know, not my job.
I thought that specifically was your
I'm
job,
curious,
giant son.
What did you say?
Wait,
Better luck next time, audience.
I'm so
How did
confused.
You're making your parents proud with those scores. You get a slice.
The
And
answer
you,
was
who did the
GoDaddy
best
and
this
Ebon's
round.
World?
One more slice.
I'm so confused. I picked like Google
Question 2,
and
incoming. Which characters are in 12 Angry Men?
I don't know if I understand that one. I picked Google
away,
and
little ones, tap
DuckDuckGo
away.
and stuff. Totally don't understand what I was supposed to have picked there. I've never seen this. Judge Dredd. I bet Judge Dredd is in
I
there.
know I'm the one with all the answers, but does someone want to explain to me why calzones and stromboli are 2 different things? Oh, sorry, I'll let you focus.
Just have to pick 3 rando things. Not a clue. Don't understand. Hey, nice controller. Sorry, just making conversation. It was everything except those. Okay. Oh no, I totally screwed this up. Come on. Focus on me somehow.
How about some answers, baby?
There's that many correct answers? But it gave me 7?
Oh, no, you
No, I
didn't.
placed 7th. Is
How
that what
can
it's
you be
saying?
smart like that? 1 slice for you. Bing.
I like don't
slices
understand
is
how
better
points
than
are getting
1.
scored here.
This round wouldn't be complete without a question 3. How many answers will you get on this one? Which
This or
piece
that?
of writing has the higher word count?
Which is fun. They're pulling that in from other trivia games
Tap
they've
as
had.
many correct answers as you can before time runs out.
Oh crap. Which of these has the higher word count? I have Charlie and the Jack. Oh god, there's many of them. Oh god. Oh, I got it wrong on the second one. Oh god. Okay, it was just
You have a few more before time runs
a
out.
timeout. Oh, I panicked and clicked definitely the wrong thing. That was terrible.
I didn't know you had that in you.
I didn't realize that I was going to be able to keep guessing. I thought I dropped out as
The
soon as I
audience
had a
picked
wrong
winner.
one.
Slice time.
Like the first one was like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory versus a book
It
I
must
hadn't
be
heard of.
You. Check this out.
Our slice.
It's known as the Power Slice. It's an ancient relic you need to spin me.
Congrats on
And
the
since
power
we're already
slice.
talking about spinning, let's go.
It is strange. It's a little strange. Quite confused.
Look at you up here, where your
I'm at the
slices can
back.
finally be spun and score you some points.
Blue flames.
Select
Sorry.
the slots on my super big face to place your slices.
I somehow
But
managed to
know
get
this,
a little ahead of
you
you.
share the points with everyone who shares a slot with you.
Oh, so you're randomly
Oh,
placing?
and watch
I
out
have
for the
2
audience.
slices? Good.
They have
I
2
honestly
slices
didn't
this
think
round
I
to
had
stir up
any
trouble.
slices. I doubled down. I put both my slices into one thing. The audience can win? I think there's a person named Audience that is messing things up, because this game was for up to 8 players, and so that would be 8, and then there's also an audience.
You're gonna take turns spinning me.
Everyone?
And I'm excited, because you're going first.
I'm excited to go first, even
Swipe
though
the
I...
wheel on your device to spin.
So
You
there's
can
like a
also
little
tap
spin
real fast
or
if that's
tap.
more your thing.
Give her a little... That kind of worked. I had to try and do it twice. It didn't work that great. Ooh, I almost got my own.
Oh yeah!
Dang it. Well, there you go, Rinsable. That was not an insignificant amount of points at all.
Until someone lands on it.
I guess that's why the game is
It's your
trivia
time to
and...
shine.
Or why the theme of the game was part trivia, part chance.
I'm reducing the speed, and now...
Apparently the
it's-
audience was also allowed to
it's a
play
pop
slices. Okay. So that it does have its own contribution going on.
Next spinner.
And Drev has 3 things that are their like face and color because they're in first place.
No, I'm so
Ashley.
happy.
We're not getting the double ups very much here. Like my blue slice
Your
there
spins
stinks because I would have to
filled up my spin meter.
I would
which
have to
can
split
only
with 3
mean
people.
It's time for the last spin of the round.
Oh. Well, there
I
will
had
be
a
another
feeling you'd
round
be
though,
our
and
last
hopefully it
spinner.
picks up wherever we left off, so like the other half of the people get their turn to spin.
I'm so
Oh,
pleased.
Blue Flames was in last!
Here comes trouble.
But that was a 1.5 times boost. That is...
I have the
Third
uncontrollable
place.
urge to flip over.
The audience
Oh,
did
looks
not
like I
put
can double as a
slices.
scoreboard. Isn't that unusual?
We got mixed
You
messages
need
on the
at
audience.
least
Unclear.
20,000 points to win. So let's keep this thing moving. When a round begins, I hand out slices.
I'll try to not suck this time. So you automatically get 2. You can't... I did so poorly that I
that
never
question
earned
one?
an
Yeah,
additional
it is.
slice.
Which
Okay.
of these are types of triangles?
Come on, there's gotta be something I can actually do here.
Tap the answers that fit and totally ghost the ones that don't.
How many of these do I chucked in as many as I could. I feel decent about that. But I'm questioning a couple of them, that's for sure. The slices were played for the audience, not by the audience. But the audience earned slices is, I guess, what we're hearing. And then the game just distributes them. That makes sense, because it would be very hard to distribute the slices.
Good! Now feast your eyes on these juicy answers. How many did you get?
Oh, I didn't get scaling. And unilateral was incorrect. I had unilateral in there. I had low confidence in that
I don't
one.
believe it. Look at these freaking scores. Here's a slice.
Finally actually earned a slice.
Take another. Let's keep up this momentum with question 2.
This type of trivia
I'm
is
gonna
new
give
to
you a
Jackbox.
series
They've done a lot of
clues to
trivia
help you
games,
answer this question.
like the Jack. You
What
don't know
dessert
Jack
am I
and
craving
Trivia
right
Murder
now?
Party. This is different.
You know, it's an after-dinner sacrifice. I first had it when a group of Italian pastry chefs offered it to me in return for arcane knowledge. I usually don't accept bribes, but
Oh,
it
are we just
grew
supposed to be
that turned out a gift.
like submitting things like crazy?
The mascarpone is surprisingly delightful.
Oh no, I'm not gonna remember. I know what mascarpone is, but I don't know.
Oh, I could just get lost in those layers of mascarpone, whipped cream, and coffee-soaked ladyfingers.
No.
And you can't forget the light dusting of cocoa powder.
There, I finally got it. Oh my god. I was
Oh, come on,
typoing
you
like
haven't heard
9
of it?
separate
It kinda
times
rhymes
there.
with Mogadishu. Does that ring a bell?
Mogadishu?
clues, hurry up.
Kind of, but not really. How much time is left? There we go.
The fastest times are worth more.
I was really thinking, like, I'm never going to guess this. This is like an unfamiliar
The
thing. I will
audience was
literally
off the
never
mark
know.
this time. Are you two for real right now? That's worth a slice. For you.
This round is going
Have
far,
another
far
one.
better for me. Oh, I probably got a bonus one for getting it first, maybe?
Question 3 and power slices are totally a thing.
It's a little unfair for me to get it first.
You'll be typing your
potentially.
answers for this one. Who were the last 7 presidents of the 20th century?
I might actually be able to do this.
The 20th century. Seems like only yesterday. There are only 7 correct
Of the
answers.
20th century.
Try to name them
Oh,
all
no.
before time runs out. This one became president after JFK was assassinated.
I got 3. Crap. I wasn't expecting...
This one was the first president to resign in office.
Oh, there we go. That helps. There's a 4th for me. Oh, it shows me where, like, what I'm missing so far too, so I kind of know that there's an order to them. Oh no, why am I blanking on this so hard? This is
You're
brutal.
almost pencils down here.
I can basically only name the ones I was alive for, and then I got nothing.
Do these answers ring a bell?
I was missing Ford,
If
Carter,
you get
and
some answer
Johnson.
no one else did, you get a bonus.
Damn. These are names I know. Wow, Blue Flames making up crazy ground in this round.
I choose you. You're the one for me. I got a power slice with your name on it.
And now you get the power slice as well. They're really piling on here. When it rains, it pours.
Time to ascend.
I'm
Watch
not
out for the
American
honcho
either.
there. It
Canadian.
will wreck you.
Did my best. I wonder if I should have turned off the like American-centric
I see you made it up the
questions
mountain.
thing.
That means my
That
bear
is an
traps
option.
are poorly hidden.
So I don't. You could choose to
The
play
slot
your
with the 2
slice
and the X,
on
that one's worth double.
these like bonus
Unless everyone
ones
shares
in the
it,
hopes
then it
that
won't
that
end up
like
worth so
pays
much,
off
am I
a little
right?
bit. You know what? There, I'm pretty happy with that distribution. I was lucky to have a lot of slices to work with this round, but I somehow slid up to 3rd place, but I'm real scared of Blue Flames right now. They have a power slice. They also have, like, just a lot of slices right now.
We're gonna start this spinning adventure off with you.
And so there's the ones that are just like 3,000. That might be audience related. Rinseable. I think you got to do a quick swipe on your phone. I'm guessing when the time runs out, it'll just... There it goes.
This is gonna be the spin to tell your grandkids about.
Are you asking if I will play more Jackbox soon on stream? Probably not, if I'm being honest. I kind of am really like making an exception today
Hey,
and
how about a spin from a new
squeezing it
spinner?
in midweek. And I kind of have like a jam. It's Canadian Thanksgiving this weekend actually, so like my entire week is like quite busy. There's days off, gonna go see family. Yes,
You share twice the pot. How cooperative.
but we share that. Yeah, that works out. You split the pot, but it was a 2 times space, so that worked
New
out
spinner.
really, really well. Oh, any of the ones that have been previously landed on turn into the person who either placed their slice on that electrical current space, or it has to do with whoever had the
The
power
anticipation
slice.
of where I land is killing me.
I think it's whoever placed a slice of theirs on
that
that
is
electrical current thing. I'm not entirely certain. Yes! Oh, that's lucky. That's unbelievably lucky.
It's your turn.
Come on. Thank you. Yes, Canadian Thanksgiving. The superior Thanksgiving, of course. Yes, I want to know what happens. Yeah, there's the lightning. And it was the power slice. Huge payout of
Slice
points.
owner, where are you? You won the pot, but now you get to do something special.
Make 2
Choose
other
any
players
2
swap
players
points.
to make them
What?
swap points.
The amount.
It's like Freaky Friday, but it's with points instead of learning important
I
life
wonder if you
lessons.
could make. Can you make yourself swap points? Like if you were in dead last, could you swap with someone? That'd be pretty funny. The amount of points you got for the power slice was average. There was nothing distinct about that, but having this power is distinctly game changing. Like what? You basically just get to pick who wins. Okay, so I get to swap points with someone. That's fantastic.
Whatever you say, little one.
Me and Katrina swap me with dead last. Awesome. After
It's
finally
Skull
having
City over
good
here. Ooh,
spins.
last spin. Let's finish on a high note.
And getting lucky and like making up some ground here. At least
Spin
I get
like
to do
it's
the
your
spin.
last spin of the round.
I mean, not that it's gonna matter. Like I don't think I can just magically make up that amount of points. Points to
Why'd you land on a skull slice?
everyone
They're
but
bad.
me.
What a surprise. Everyone else gets to share some of your hard-earned points.
Wait, it's gonna take it. It took points from me and gave them to everyone else. Well, there
me
you
show
go.
you something.
Just in the running, like second place to
Don't these two look like they're
Dead.
keeping a secret?
Dead
I
last.
expected trouble from the others, but not you two.
That's so insanely punishing. What?
If I gave you 2 new slices, would you invite me over for Thanksgiving?
No! Not after these shenanigans. It's a special occasion for
start
friends and
things off-
family, and you're not invited, giant wheel of dickheadedness.
Which sporting moment is worth more points?
Is it going to be a this or
In
that?
games
Oh, it
of all
totally
shapes and
is.
sizes. Your score should break double digits.
Oh, damn it. No, I should have known that one. That's
If
so
your
stupid.
scores get high enough, I send you a free pizza. How high does your score need to be? I'll never tell.
Oh, dang it. It had like a Catan thing versus a bowling thing. That's difficult.
There's time for just a few more answers.
The snitch is in there. Bullseye is worth a lot. Yep. That one went well. Yes. At least I got some sort of victory under my belt here. Feels
You're no
bad.
doubt proud with a score like that. That's slice worthy.
You're not allowed to shit on me for having a bad
Another
score,
one.
Wheel. You're the one who totally screwed me over and put me in this position.
Question 2, anyone?
Okay, so,
Which
you know,
of these
not my
animals
fault.
are marsupials? Tap the right answers. That seems like a good idea.
Dang. I think I know. I'm immediately doubting myself on one of those at least. Everyone's cheering for the fake audience. Was I first at some point? That's brutal.
Good job!
It's anything with a
Provided you answered
pouch,
like this.
which I think is basically kangaroos. What? Koalas and bandicoots and things? Those all have pouches?
But those scores have got my attention. You just earned a
My
slice.
definition of marsupial is not very good, I guess.
Since you did the very best, one just isn't enough.
I thought there was so few marsupials on the planet. I'm actually quite surprised by that.
Question 3 is when the power slice comes out to play. You're gonna pair things off based on this prompt. Match the artist to their debut album.
I'm gonna be bad at this. My music history is not very good.
You'll see 2 columns that you can slide up and down. Tap an item in column A, then tap its match in column B.
No.
Match away. I know.
I
you
don't
can
know
do
like
this.
any of these artists. I'm so screwed. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and say Barbra Streisand and Barbra Streisand match. Immediately. No, oh god, there's so little time left. That sounds like some YouTube stuff. Nope.
The time
Wrong.
to match column A to column B is ending.
I can't believe how many I got wrong. It was like Bruno Mars,
Bing.
Ariana
Let's see the
Grande,
matching
Rihanna,
pairs.
Billie Eilish, but then there was also like Barbra Streisand and like Barbra Streisand was the only one I got because it was such an obvious one. That, like, unfortunately, none of those are just, like, bands I listen to.
It was always you. Power Slice incoming.
Power Slice.
Or even if they aren't. I know, like, a handful of songs, have never
Now
listened
climb the
through all their
mountain
stuff.
and let's spin.
Usually not the debut album. The stream delay shouldn't matter, because
You've
things
got
should come up
slices,
on your
I've got
phone
slice-shaped holes.
at the same time for everyone in that specific example.
The slot with arrows, it gives you
But
points if you're
for
next
some
to
of these
it.
games,
But if too
it
many
pretty
take
dramatically
part,
is
the
going to
prize
set
will
you
be
at a
spread thin.
disadvantage. Oh, so I can't even place a slice on the special ones. So that answers that question. That's not an option. What am I doing strategizing and debating? It's random. I could see the stream being a pain because it'll pop up on your phone what to do before you've heard the explanation coming from the game.
Look, I'm going to spin with or without
So
your
that makes it a tiny bit tough. You might not necessarily like infer how you're supposed to approach it.
With great consideration, I've selected you to spin first.
It's a lot of points per spin. I don't think everyone's getting their turns to spin.
All right, some points to line your pockets with.
Oh, that one's just a free points, hey? That's a pretty good spin. You didn't risk giving it to
You ready,
someone
new spinner?
else. Someone wanna spin mine a couple times, maybe? Could do.
There you go.
Oh, the more we juice the spin meter, the more that it fills up. And so it actually, like, I was
I'm ready
spinning
for a
on
new
my
spinner.
phone, like, whatever, it doesn't matter. I think you can do soft and hard spins. I don't know, like, that looked like a hard spin. It added, like,
revolving.
quite a lot to
Revolving.
the potential point pool.
Ramalama ding dong! You split the pot with everyone on a slice next to this one.
Okay. I had no concept of what... It's listing
ready
all
for
those
a new
names, like,
spinner?
are they going
'Cause
to
I
trade
sure
up
am.
points? Like, what's going to happen? 20,000 to win. Oh, yes, you're right. That does sound correct. I think that is what we're aiming for. So probably this round, there's, like, numerous people who are very, very close.
Power Slice.
Oh wow, it's the power slice.
Where was Rinsable at? They might actually jump ahead. No, not quite as much as I thought, but
I've given you extra slices, and you have to tell me where they go.
that's far less
You've got
overpowered
extra
than
slices,
the
and everyone
previous
else
point
is very
swapping.
jealous.
Spell Drummer has about 4
what
slices
you've
on
done
the
here.
board. If any of them get landed on,
You're up.
or a couple of like there's probably a couple additional ways to get points as well. But like if Katrina spins a skull right now,
Cowabunga,
the
like
audience,
a
the
turtle.
person, not the actual audience. That's so close. Oh god.
You ready for a new spinner? Because I sure am.
This has got to be the final spin, right? Then the spin meter will be full, and there will be one more spin after it. Someone will win this round. It's almost a certainty, unless someone like Drevno or myself end up with all the points somehow. But looking at the distribution of people's slices, that essentially can't happen. There will always be multiple people claiming points per slice.
Oh.
That might put 2
You
people
shared
over the
pot
top.
And my
Spell
excitement.
Drummer was that close. And audience was just behind them. 2 winners, I think. But is it
With
who has the
those
most points?
You
Is there
now
something
qualify
else?
to spin the winner wheel.
So 2 people.
Come on down. You're gonna spin me, and the player I land on wins. But land on one of the skulls, and we still have a game to play. You can
More
win
trivia?
right now. Give us a spin.
Or so you audience could potentially give away the win here, which is tense. Yeah, this game is brutal. It's very punishing. It's like, whose line is it anyway?
not
Everything's
over yet,
made up and the
peoples.
points don't matter. You know, that seems to be the general approach here.
I don't know about you, but I'm pumped for this last spin.
So more people can potentially
You
make
can
it
still
into
win
the
this one
winner's
next
wheel now.
spinner. Show me what you got.
Especially when the point value is juiced up that insanely high. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
It's-
Oh, wait. Is it?
More
That's fun
points
for everyone.
to the audience, and that might put Katrina in there. Yeah, now there's 3 people on the winner's wheel.
Ooh,
I'm guessing. Yes?
this could be the winning spin.
And it's that much more difficult to, like, not give it away. Wait. Why is Spell Drummer not on there at all?
We have ourselves
Does anyone
a
have,
game.
like, any idea why that could be? Why would Spell Drummer not have earned a place
You
on
guys
the
wanna
winner's
see my
wheel?
sick tattoos? Just kidding. It's your 6 scores. Ow!
Wait,
Any one of you glowers can win now. How's that for drama? This game is running
What?
longer than anticipated.
I feel like they should speed things up in that final round rather
So
than
I'm only gonna ask
revisiting
you
the
one
trivia
question
section
this
here,
round.
because now, like, what, we have to spend another 10 minutes doing another
The
section?
9 toilet paper brands that strike my fancy.
What?
Unfortunately, every slice you win will be single ply for this one.
I know,
There
like,
are just
2.
9 correct answers. They're also based on my personal opinions, so just guess until time runs out.
One of those was super obvious to me. That was wrong.
This is Walmart's line of in-house products, so I hope it's as great a bargain as it says
Now
it
I think
is.
I'm submitting paper towels. One more maybe. Okay.
These bears are too rare and beautiful for us to be naming our bathroom tissue after them.
Don't be giving away, you know, like the one that I actually know. Don't give hints. I have 2. I managed to get 2.
Typing time is almost over.
Yes! Ah! It just occurred to me, I have
Let the
Costco
correct
brand toilet
answers
paper in the other room,
reload.
Kirkland. I don't know a bunch of those. I had Charmin, Cottonelle, Scott, Kirkland. Oh, yeah. So,
I'm gonna deal out slices like this.
I don't understand how it's choosing which ones to highlight and which ones to black
And
out
then
in the
there's
scenario.
the power slice.
Which ones did the majority of people
Power
get,
slice.
maybe? I have the power. Call me
Okay, on to
He-Man.
the summit where you'll spin me already.
Master of this universe. This
Oh, I'm
game's
so
going
happy you
on
made it up
very
the mountain.
long,
I used to
and
host
it's
a game from the Labyrinth
deteriorating.
of Pain and Despair. This is going much better.
My interest is waning a little bit because, like,
Here's a
like
tip
what
from
even
you.
is going
you can
on
tap
anymore?
A slot more than once to add a multiplier. Who knew?
Whatever. Maybe it's a bad strategy, but I super concentrated mine in like one area there. Maybe I
how
have a
dreamed
chance
that you'd be our first spinner.
to be a part of this, you know? Maybe I'm still in the running.
All right,
Almost
not
got
bad.
my special power thing.
You're on the board now.
Yeah, okay,
It's
I
your
agree
time to
with
shine.
Blue Flames. It would be better if all people above 20,000 got their chance to spin instead of
Where
one
will I
per
stop?
round.
Even
I
go
agree, the game
twice.
should have
No.
ended at that point.
Okay, why not?
Unless the 2 people both got skulls, then we play another
What?
round
Get
of
outta
this
here.
portion, add more people to that pool,
You
like
can win
Katrina
it
would have
right
slipped
here.
in. Like, all of a sudden we're doing the winner wheel again? But Spell Drummer's the
I'm
only one
about to
on
stop and celebrate.
it? No way! How
And
is
the
it deciding
game
who ends up on the
continues.
wheel? Like, this is just such a crapshoot at this point. I have no
Now's your chance
clue
to
what is
steal the
going
win.
on.
Spin away, little one.
Why does this
It's
infinitely
a spin
keep going?
We'll never
The
forget.
odds
What a good
of
thing
it
for all of you.
going like this many skulls being spun is insane. Like,
No.
that's the odds of that are 0,
Get over
you know?
here, you. You're about to win the
Why?
game. Don't let me down.
And why are you the only
This is
person
gonna
on the
be
wheel?
good. I just
Doesn't make
know
any
it.
sense. Well, this is it. Audience takes the win on this one. I think well earned with the 30,000 points they have going there.
You won
That
my
game
even
was
though
so
you're very
interesting.
little. And now, you've spent your entire life seeking an answer to this question.
Right up until it became entirely incomprehensible. I forgot about this.
Go on. You're one spin away from the truth you seek.
Why am I PP hard? That was what we waited. We waited the whole time for this clown to ask that specific question. It is funny that the audience won when the audience in fact did not win. So I'm a favor of that.
This is a truly
hard to
awe-inspiring
say.
result. Hold this answer near and dear, little one.
I'm still struggling to understand why some people enjoy Honeydew. Honeydew better than Cantaloupe. Changed my mind. I think Honeydew is the superior melon of the two. Well, yeah, I think you get more slices on the winner wheel based on who had the most points, but why does it suddenly start excluding people? Does it, if you spin a skull once, are you forever excluded from the winner's wheel? I think that's maybe what was happening. What was my question? I think my question was something like, what does it mean to be a beer with a tower love connection? I was trying to make a callback, which at this point it would have been a callback to something from like literally an hour ago. Oh wait, is it showing other people's questions? That was confusing. I'll be honest with ya. Don't know about that one. I think I liked it. You get on the winner wheel when you score points that spin. That makes sense, and it excludes people who have previously had skulls. So that's why sometimes there's only one person or two people or three people on the wheel. You have to have earned more points to get on the wheel again, so you can end up back on the wheel. Yeah, it's the chance portion of the game is funny with the wheel. It might almost be too devastating. Like, all the points I earned immediately stopped mattering because they got given away. You could earn your way to the top just to spin a skull, and now you're out of the running. You must not be permanently out of the running. Okay, we're getting multiple people seemingly confirming that once you're above 20k, every time you earn points, you get back on the wheel. But if you lost your chance, did not earn more points, and the winner's wheel comes up again, then you are excluded. That's people seem to be in agreement. That's how that was playing out. I'll be curious to like read up on that one more, honestly. And it seems each time the wheels spun, more slots are filled. That was true. Like, that definitely was playing out that way, but they were increasingly being occupied by just one person, you know? Onwards to Job. Head-to-head, writing, 3 to 10 players. This one's listed as being a bit shorter, but obviously the game we just played went on notably longer. Yes, I'll set that up in a second. People are like excited about Job, which I don't really understand what it is. So I guess I'll see. A lot of times the writing-based games are quite fun, like Quiplash, or even Blather Round was a good one. I liked that one as well. Use other people's words to score the job. And one thing, so far the game is quite streamer friendly. Not all the time. They're not always that. So I don't know. We'll see how this goes.
Your room code is B-I-N-G-H-T.
N.
I made myself Blob Job. I didn't really put a lot of thought into that one. Ooh, I get to sign it though. I get to sign it like I have my own business card.
When these games maxed out at 8 players.
Oh no, I just drag. I don't draw it. I thought I was... Now I get to assemble my card though a little bit. It's funny, there's characters from different Jackbox games, like the little... this guy is from Faking It. So that's kind of fun to see. I'm gonna go like the Madverse City character, because I think Madverse City is like one of the most fun games.
Kicks out of my cord.
Plagiarism the game. That's pretty funny, actually. People can still join into the audience. There won't be like full Twitch integrations, but there still should be lots of opportunity to like participate in things. The audience interaction in the games has been pretty minimal so far. In Drawful Animate, it was worth a lot of points. It was really hard to tell what the point of the audience was in the previous game. We got 10 people. We'll kick things off.
Welcome, potential hires. We're thrilled you applied for this exciting employment opportunity. If you haven't guessed, I'm the boss around here, but I like to think of myself more as a buddy. A boss buddy.
Boss.
Water? Someone will get that. I can tell you're all great candidates. Unfortunately, there's a whole bunch of you and only one job. It's incredibly stressful.
Just love the
For
super
me.
soakering it off the
That's why I
desk.
developed a revolutionary new hiring process.
The word
I'm
art
going
and
to
clip
interview
art.
you all at once and force you to judge each other. Whew, I feel more relaxed already. Deborah, clear my calendar. It's time to get to know our candidates. My first rule of management: a friend is just a coworker.
The word
Haven't
art
worked
kills
with yet,
me.
So let's get acquainted. I've sent some icebreaker questions to your device. Answer them any way you want. There are no rules. Except this one rule. You gotta use at least 5 words, okay? You gotta get descriptive so I know I can rely on you for juicy office gossip. It's my first rule of management.
Office gossip is a rule. Okay, so everyone's gonna have their own questions. Okay, so I'm trying to give people something to work with here. I had like a 10-word answer. Oh, I have 2 questions. We have 2 questions each, so people keep that in mind. Going sentimental on this one. I don't know if anyone will ever see it, but it's directed at you guys. Perspective. Remember your Fred. Who? Remember that I am Fred? No, that would be you are Fred. Your Fred. Is the dog Fred? I'm supposed to remember the dog? Cat crawling around in here somewhere.
Half your time is up.
Audience votes between pictures and then for a set list of words. Wait, I'm supposed to keep answering things. It's not just 2. Oh god, there's 3. Okay, well, I gave extra long answers for the second and third, so hopefully people will, like, I don't know, I'll read mine out loud, I'm giving it away, but it was like, what would you do to blow off steam? Something like that. I would go for a delightful hike and maybe eat a Krabby Patty. There was one that was like, what metric would you use to say that you have made it? And I said that literally anyone would spend time watching me play games online. Thank you guys. It's so sweet. And then it was like,
Okay,
how would you
I'll
break it
just
to someone if they got
file
left at the altar? I said that you ask them to face the front, everyone else in the room, you get them to quietly leave, and then have them turn around to an empty room. It's like a reverse surprise party.
Now that
There
we're
you
all
go.
friends, I'm sending my first incisive interview questions to your device.
Like, maybe just spoiling my
But instead
answer
of
will help people
typing your
better understand how the
responses,
game
you'll be
works.
using words from your fellow interviewees to answer the questions. Are you loving this as much as I am? Tap any word you see to add it to your response. If
Tap.
you make a mistake, tap
Funny.
the word again to remove it. You can also drag words around to rearrange them. Can't find the right words for what you want to say? Then say something different, I guess. The first rule of management is just make it work already.
The audience gets to choose one of the words and the picture. Oh, you guys are making these goofy things on the wall. Solutions. Every giant counts. Okay. Oh god, it's just random words. I'm not giving people's full responses. I think we have to do 2 each. So keep that in mind. It included a bunch of punctuation as well. What? How is the same word on here like 9 times? Sure, I'll go with that. Oh no, I have the same set of words for this other question? I mean, it refreshes. I'm not like out of words. But this was not a very good set of words to work with. I have the same word on there 3 times, and half of the words I was given are Among Us things. There's Among Us, Imposter, Sus, and Sussy like 3 times, and then mostly a bunch of punctuation. Come on.
I'm here to inform you that you've used half your time.
Okay, I got a good one. You know what? I didn't like my first one, but I liked my second one. So I'm curious. Did all my words come from one person? Did it come from a bunch of people? Like, you're not given a very big pool of words. So when 3 of the words are the same thing, a little limiting. Mastery, inspire, hate. What is going on with that? That is messed up but kind of amazing. Like, I love it, but it's weird and kind of twisted. I don't know what to think of it. I think I love it.
Hurry up, you don't want to run out of time.
You can use words from the question itself. Oh man, I noticed they were doing that in like the little mini tutorial, but I forgot to like, I don't know, actually do that. I thought maybe that, yeah, that would have been helpful. That's a neat trick.
Oh, I can't wait to see these.
What
What is something you are proud of?
So a lot of, oh, it's like
I know one of
Quiplash.
these is better than the other, but as a test, why don't you guys choose?
Why I spend
Choose your
some
favorite
of
now.
adorable favorite sketches. My name Cheetos, obviously. I'm a freaking idiot. So that's something you're proud of, is it? My name's Cheetos, obviously. So it's Quiplash, but butchered and hacked together like a serial killer, cutting out individual words out of a magazine so that the cops would be unable to like identify their handwriting. Makes sense. That's job for ya. Vedic took that one fairly handily.
What are you looking for in terms of employee benefits?
So these are job, but they're all job
And
interview
did I
things. That
mention
makes
our board
sense.
of directors are voting along in
Obviously,
the audience? Well, they
Cheetos.
are.
We're playing Jackbox Games. I mean, I'm sure if you got hired from Jackbox Games, that would be one of the benefits, yes. And then, so you're being paired up 1 versus 1, but I'm curious, are you being paired off against someone who had the same pool of words as you, or something entirely different? Some people would have more of an advantage with a better pool of words, but that's just like random chance, right? So I'm kind of okay with that. And so me spoiling my answers to those interview questions gave nothing away whatsoever. One of them was like 10 words long, the other 2 were 25
really
words
pushes
long
your
each.
buttons.
I don't know if that helps or hinders the eventual pool of words. What pushes your buttons? A bummer time for plastic. Krabby Patty delightful. Well, Krabby Patty came from me, I guess. Or work. Work pushes your buttons. I mean, short and sweet. Didn't have those words. Confirmation that 2 people going head to head had a different pool of words to go off of, which is quite helpful for figuring this all out. Ooh, the audience really swung that one in the end. We had a split between the actual room and the
What
audience.
motivates you to give 110% every day?
All the books have faces, the doorknob, the plant pot. I touched butt every day. It's funny that it's past tense, but it's every day. Tell us together, I asked. So you're being motivated by butt touches, I guess, is what I'm hearing. Yeah, it's hard making sentences, I agree. It don't make a ton of sense a lot of the time. That was a lot of exclamation points. The game gave you 7 exclamation points to work with? I guess I can't complain about being given 3 exclamation points, 3 periods, and 2 commas or whatever I
I
had.
see you rated the question for some extra words. You can use almost any text on your device in your
Oh.
answers.
Was that bonus points or... I don't know what the
What
highlighting
is a daily
is.
goal that you set for yourself?
It highlights certain words and then people get points for them. What is a daily goal that you set for yourself? I put nothing in and broke the darn game. Oh, you couldn't... It doesn't auto-response for you or anything? I would spend fantastic favorite outfit design. It's funny that it honors like capital letters, that carries forward. I don't know if that's really... I guess maybe you could think that chasing the ideal outfit design is a daily goal. You could, if you took out I would spend, it would make more sense. Ah, the audience really decided that no answer was the better way to... Oh, the paper clip.
How
We
do
have
you
like
act
a clippy
under
on the desk.
pressure?
That's funny. How do you act under pressure? Like a cool cat squeaking on the floor. Cute, sussy, but I survived. I do like that one. It's very annoying when you get notifications on your phone when you're trying to do things. Highlighting means it takes words from someone's original prompt. The person who wrote the prompt gets extra points. Like, every word I used in mine came from the prompt. So, like, is everything on the right-hand side about to get... Oh, it's only if the winning thing, of course. That makes sense.
How much can you lift?
I think Nintendo Switch? It's too heavy, can't do it. As a delightful time speed wrong? Cool. I'm gonna put that back in its charging dock. I like the lack of confidence. I think, like, give or take, maybe give or take 1 Joy-Con. You know, it's somewhere, there's a ballpark there that I'm working within. That one was pretty funny. That was a pretty handy win.
Synergy.
Not audience this time. Synergy is just like someone...
Can you
it's
tell
funny,
me
it's just
about
like
a
a dumb
time you
corporate
failed?
word which fits the theme of the game well, but it basically just means I think you've swept that round. I survived, and then I died. I had one job and I didn't do it. Job is such an absurd title for this game. I like, don't know how much I fully understand that. When I really like think about it, you know. Is it a Switch Lite, a Switch, or a Switch OLED? Now we're asking the right questions. Come on, we're giving points to people who didn't submit answers? Get out of here.
What would you consider the rock bottom of your career?
The rock bottom of job, watching anyone play a game. The kid, like, who made the bottom Quiplash quote. Is that the rock bottom? Somehow it is a job for the audience to tune in and watch. It's very Quiplashy, like just having head-to-head word-based answers. I think I have such a strong love for Quiplash that I probably still prefer it.
Exciting than career
I
success.
bet if I give this one more rounds, more of a chance. Like it's already decent. A lot of the answers are a little too nonsensical to really wow me. But it's like that's just all there is to work with. I tell us it's everyone a cat because some guy plays a cool guitar. A guy. That sounds exciting. I would really. Is that not what everyone's aiming for in their lives? Is a cat because some guy plays a cool guitar? Like it's not. It's funny nonsense. It's funny that Mr. Quips won, but it's not Quiplash.
That took a lot of teamwork.
You need
Let's see who
100%
teamworks
of the
best.
player count and half the audience to get the synergy. Pretty healthy spread there.
Good effort, everyone. Let's regroup with some more icebreakers.
I wonder if that would end up being a
Okay,
normal
back to
distribution.
business. Answer the prompts with whatever comes to mind.
I don't think
Open
that
up
actually
word
works with
hose
that.
and let her
Wouldn't
rip.
make sense. You can't normally distribute independent data like that. Doesn't make sense. Ignore me. More answers. Oh, more questions. So we're creating new pools of words. But we only do 2 this time. I did 3 last time. Unless you just keep doing them. I am going to attempt to. You can't include like emojis.
You should be halfway done.
Okay,
now,
there's only
okay?
2 to submit that time. Well, there's seemingly a little bit of time, so perfect chance for me to go grab some water. It was a pretty long round 1. All the games have been long. Ah, good. I didn't really miss a thing, did I? The
Time's almost up.
unknown. Bootiest shines brightest? Okay. Can I click on this guy or anything? No. I liked it though. Fun little alien, like dodecahedron Whatever,
Looks
D20.
like words to me.
Did the
Round
chair just
2 of
become
questioning.
alive?
This time, I want to know how you would handle some tough workplace scenarios. Remember, you can use any word you see on your
I don't know
device
if I
in your
realized
answer.
the
Try grabbing a word
rounds
from
of
the
questions
question
are
itself.
themed.
I bet whoever came up with this is pretty cool. It was me.
Quite proud. Oh, my pool of words is infinitely larger this time. It's like 2 times larger. So maybe that means it's giving me someone's larger response to work with. Oh, right, I can use the question. Makes perfect sense. Professionalism. Use your window. Oh, a heart in the wall.
You are about halfway through the timer.
Full minute to figure this out, but I'm really struggling. Oh no! Too many words. Oh no!
Finish your answer before time runs out.
Oh god. Your screen starts filling up with water when you're out of time. I was missing like 2 words to really tie that together. Dependability, thought, a state of
Here
mind.
we
I
go.
didn't
Ted
quite
was
get it in
promoted to
time.
manager even though you were next in line. How do you respond?
Kill him. So I imagine
your
I promptly
favorite now.
removed Ted Nintendo Switch. Have you heard of Epic Graeme Plays? Sounds like the ad. Manager. Doing a good old, you remove Ted, and then you do the old Nintendo Switch, where you switch Ted around with 10. They take each other's jobs. Swap, switched.
This round, every vote earns you even more points.
This reminds me of Joke Boat a little bit. That sometimes you're just kind of a little bit cornered.
The company has laid off the custodial staff and implemented a chore wheel. How do you respond?
The return of Crayola's Dandelion Crayon. Like, that's a funny response. But it really doesn't have anything to do with anything. I said I would play a game, but I lied. Someone got super called out there, didn't they? Yeah, I just kind of think this is this tipping towards the side of Jackbox Games that I don't really like that much. Because there's not a lot of opportunity to be funny.
I'm all for repurposing ideas, but the original offer is like right there. Change at least a few words next time.
It's like this illusion of
Your
freedom.
manager asks you to donate a kidney to his sick nephew. How do you respond?
But then, like, things like Quiplash and Madverse City have actual infinite freedom, and then this and Jokeboat don't have proper freedom. Oh yeah, and it's the same art style as Jokeboat. Got distracted, and now no funny. I cannot believe birth of my nephew. So you're just... You can't even believe it. You have a nephew? Your family's larger than you as an independent person? That's the surprising part, I guess. My interest in this game is fading so quickly. It doesn't help that half these rounds have not had responses.
It's the annual company potluck.
But it's like
What are
such
you
a
bringing?
struggle to even read what people were attempting to write. What are you bringing? A potluck ride? Yeehaw! Ooh! Kick Joker's butt and then throw an egg. Neither of those are things you really bring. You know? The Joke Boat captain made a cameo earlier. I totally missed that. I actually didn't see him show up on screen. That's very funny. There's like the thing about tapping the words to add and remove words, but there's some larger commitment to taps in this that I don't really get why this game's leaning so hard into taps. Like, why is that a thing?
It's Halloween! What costume are you wearing into the office?
I think Big Sussy Amogus. Okay, Halloween costume. Okay, some guy. You know what? I like that an action, even though it's like not funny in the sense that you came up with a creative costume, which I'm sure would have been hard to do with the prompts you were given. I like that you formed a complete sentence. Both of these actually are like proper sentences. It's like one of the first times that there was real answers given. And so I think that works a little bit better. Oh, the floating guy, the space guy who swam by or whatever. That was totally the push the button thing, wasn't it?
The employee handbook is updated to include a ban on dyed hair and tattoos. You have both. What do you do?
About the running, or I will immediately covered hair and tattoos in super tight pants. You gotta stretch those pants over so they cover everything. That was such a long build-up for one single sneeze. What a waste. That's true. It forces you to do 5-word answers, but like that doesn't give you a ton to work with. There should be a threshold, if there isn't already, that if the pool you were given is too small, it ties in like another pool, and then you just have like numerous. I don't know. The amount of words I've had to work with has varied a lot between the two rounds.
In the video meeting.
It seems
How
like that
are
would
you
make a
spending
lot
the time
of
before
difference.
everyone
They've
else shows
dyed
up?
leg hair. That's pretty great. Spending free time with a animal's cat. Spend time that. You're going to whiff an animal's cat? There's an animal somehow? Like your office goldfish has a pet cat? That's how I like to think through the logic of that answer. Good answer. Just makes me think Family Feud. Pretty notable split on that one.
Nice. Using words from 3 separate people earns you an extra bonus.
That's funny, because you would have no idea. You don't know that you're using words from 3 different people in the moment.
You're
That's
stuck
interesting.
in a
That means a
long
pool of
elevator
words
ride
you're
with the
given is
district
coming
manager. Quick, say something to make it less awkward.
from a much wider range of people. Everyone kill time with extreme prejudice. I think the moon, big sussy jerk. I mean... well, the first one, actually, the killing time is like... It's like you're stating out loud, like, awkward, in like a more stretched out way. So I like that one. And a lengthy, wordy way of phrasing it also means that you're inevitably killing some time along the way. I liked that one. I was a big fan. Oh, nice. I didn't even
Chase,
what
the office
answer did
clown
I
has tricked
give
you
that
into sitting
included some
on
of
a
those
whoopee
words?
cushion. Everyone is looking at you. How do you respond?
Chase, USOB. Chase, Chase. So Chase the clown. Chase, Chase, and days are numbered. Or time for extreme clown kill. That's pretty good. My own is at stake here. And I'm fine saying that because there'll be a bit of a delay. By the time people hear it, they'll probably have already cast their votes. And I would vote for the other one. I was pretty proud of Chase Chase, but I think the other one, like, yeah, Sailor Drew, good work. Dang. I spent so long on that one trying to fold in additional words
Should a pack of
to
stray
make it more of
dogs
a
find their
threat.
way into the office, how would you establish dominance?
Blow on dogs to make sure you establish dominance. And squeaking is towels. The funny thing is you probably didn't need to include establish dominance. You could just say blow on dogs. But there's something about giving an answer that's that short that I kind of understand wanting to put it, spread it, take it a little further, you know? Sailor Drew's saying they would have voted for me. That's funny. That there must be like something in our brains that just says like, I'm not funny. Can't vote for my own. More things are becoming anthropomorphized. Like the bookshelf
Good job.
itself
And
grew
speaking of
eyes
jobs,
at some
let's see
point.
who's most likely to get one.
I don't think that was there before. Ooh, there was some pretty notable swings that happened there.
You know what would go down smooth right now? One more icebreaker.
One more. I'm curious.
Don't overthink it. Just put down whatever enters your mind.
Okay.
Unless you're thinking about ventriloquism. I don't trust puppets.
Monster seeking monster puppet. I love the way they reference their own games like that. I'm curious if the final round will be different. A lot of times Jackbox games, the final round functions differently, and I haven't really seen that here, but sometimes you shortcut and you do less rounds when there's more people participating, so.
You're about halfway through the timer.
You only have to submit to one thing. I figured, why the hell not? I might as well use... There's a character limit of something like 200. I forgot to look what it is. No word limit, it's a character limit.
You should hurry. Time's
I figured
running
I'll
out.
just give a really lengthy answer to give people more options to work with, basically. Information. Join the mind control. Those two pair together well. As we're climbing the corporate ladder, increasingly giving up our free will, allowing ourselves to be controlled by the hive mind of job. Makes sense. It's propaganda at the workplace.
Wow, I'm learning a lot from these, including things I legally shouldn't know.
I don't think the chair grew
Okay,
eyes last time.
the
It's just that I
final
didn't
round,
see
and
them
it
until
appears
this
we're missing
character
something.
disappeared.
Your resumes. Probably my fault. I don't know how to work email, and I refuse to learn.
Good lip syncing.
But you know what? I don't need resumes. Just finish the personal statement that's already started on your device. If you need motivation, remember, whoever gets the job gets to hang out with me all day, every day.
So they're mini prompts to work with. You have two little things. Okay. I have a lot of words to work with this time. I'm trying to really go for it here and pull from as many words as I can and like, I don't know, make my answers large, but like try to make sense. We got Madverse City robots showing up.
I'm here to inform you that you've used half of your time. Hey, you're almost out of time.
I'll submit, I guess. I don't know about that. It's pretty tough to fit in both. That was like the most words I had to work with.
Show me what you got.
The things you were responding to were much more limited. So about me, I dream, wear towels, instead Cheetos, and I fear you. I dream my stupid AF teacher,
Vote
and I
on your
fear
devices
high
now.
cholesterol. See, these are simpler prompts to work with, and kind of work better. I think this is a really effective final round. You dream of your teacher, no matter how stupid they are. Just a fantasy, I suppose. Dreaming of wearing towels instead of Cheetos, though. No, it should have been wearing Cheetos instead of towels. It's too late, I already voted. That's the thing that I feel like I would have...
Since it's the last round, how about an even bigger score bonus?
Ooh, that's gonna substantially affect the final score. That was a huge amount of points. I dreamed that yeehaw, anniversary, I fear Katrina touched the butt. And about me, I dream no answer, I fear no answer. Well, auto win to the other person, probably. Although, considering how many points are on the line here, it's kind of gonna swing the game quite dramatically. And it's just like a freebie of a huge handout of points there. Katrina could win off of like a what was that, 18,500 points there. I dream to get incredibly awesome job. I fear dapper suits. Ooh, those two things might be at odds. There's some conflicting answers in there. That makes it compelling. I dream eat crabby and kick butt. Some of these are coming from earlier rounds. 100% I think. And I fear animals of the circus. I'm here to eat Krabby Patties and kick butt, and I'm all out of Krabby Patties. Do you know what? Those are both funny. I kind of do like both of them. Those are both... The final round, I think, is the best part of this game, because there's actually room for people to give good answers. I could have gone either way on that one. The audience split it. They almost ended up with the same amount of points. It was different by like 1,000 there, and so I kind of think that was like how it should have been. I dream in the world, and I fear a possession. Those are the most vaguest answers, and I love it. I dream you, I fear my imagination. That's... what a nightmare to fear your own imagination. I like the idea of dreaming in a world and fearing a possession. It's so vaguely stated. I love it. I got a cat forced her way into the room here. Always has to take part in stream at least once, I suppose. People can say hi to Misty. She has no idea what's going on. I'm curious about this one. Ah, people went the other direction. That's fine. I think they were both funny. I enjoyed both of them. I think, even though I think I did vote the other way, I dream so many times and so good. So many dreams and they all rock. I fear the Quiplash dimension on Earth. I dream fantastic peanut butter workshop time. It does sound great. And I fear the tasty creamy boss. Like, is it the boss of a game? A boss in real life? You have a creamy boss to fear? The Quiplash dimension is pretty funny. It's like not a thing, but it still is funny. So many times and so good. Honestly, I dream a lot. I do have a lot of dreams. That one does kind of describe me a little bit, even though not my answer. Oh, so many people's words.
That's all I needed.
Oh, I kind of thought there would be one or two more.
Candidates, except maybe you. Anyway, only one of you's getting hired.
No, I guess that makes sense. Because it's coming down to so little. Oh, that's nuts that it paired Savvy and I at the very end.
Congratulations! You're our new fiscal producer of Rock Bottom Lines.
And I caught up just the tiniest bit, narrowly in second place.
Welcome to the team!
But the vote was quite split on that one.
You're fired.
So still held the lead. Pretty good salary. We did play the enormous wheel. It was a little bit like absurd. Words used 13 times. What does that mean? All words were used 13 times? Or words from that answer? Why, of course, I would spend some of it on getting a fantastic World's Best Boss mug for my favorite employer. It should remind people what the prompt was that this was given an answer to. Kick Joker's butt and then tell him to go away and free the animals of the circus. It's funny how often you can see people using words in their original order. I kind of wish it gave them to you shuffled, because sometimes like kick Joker's butt might have been given to you in order. I noticed a few times words were given in an order that made sense, and other times they were pretty randomized. And I think they should always be randomized to stop you from feeling tempted to like lace any of them together, you know? So Job was okay. I think the final round was the best part of it. Might be a little bit of a grower. I thought it was okay, but now with like a better understanding of the game coming back to it, it might actually be more fun because everyone would, like, your second time playing it, everyone would understand better. Like Bidiots. Bidiots is one of my favorite Jackbox games, and it's never fun the first time. So I always think Final Verdict needs to be saved until you got at least two attempts at a game, you know? Time for the poll mine. Out loud play, which means this is going to be really difficult and the live chat is going to be like crucially important. I don't really know how that's going to play out. It says it's a little bit shorter of a game though, so that might make a difference. Streamer mode would probably be helpful. Ah.
The room code? It's LLWB.
I gotta remove the cat here. Just I kind of need my lap space. So, welcome to streamer mode. You must have the audience on to play. We recommend the following settings to help create the desired team and audience. Passwording the game, almost as good. Hide the room code. I think it's fine. I'll make do. I like this little crow. I will be them. I even have a little fire, which I like. I picked Graeme because it's like what I always name my RPG characters. I've done that for like a decade, and so I figured I'd throw that in there. I like the long hair of Sailor Drew. these look like, it looks like the art style of, what is it called? Mulkman was like the creator of it. It was an old Flash game. It's getting a remaster. The Lucky Tower. It reminds me, and also they made The Longing a few years ago now. That's the art style it reminds me of. Oh, players versus audience. Okay. That's kind of amazing. All right, we'll see. Everyone gets to suggest a team name. Got that submitted. Oh my god. I get to rank my team names. Somehow the one name got submitted like 10,000 times. By that I mean like 8 times. I don't really know how that happened. Okay, yeah, so you just get to click them off saying what your favorite options are. Someone just suggested Luigi. That's kind of funny. You get to pick your top 3. You get to pick top 3. We'll see. That's... I don't know. We'll see what comes out on top there. Everyone, make sure you're voting on the team name. Although, like, I think you could have voted and submitted your answer before all the team names were suggested. I know it took me a while to get around to it. So I'm very curious. I just saw Frank's, the little plant there, stole a coin. Oh, the mushroom stole a coin too. Everyone's stealing coins.
You.
This is the best animation style.
So you got trapped while trying to steal my treasure, eh? The ominous eye you see watching your every move belongs to me.
Unlucky 13. Audience doesn't stand a chance.
You from being stuck permanently punished for your pilfering. And do you have names, perhaps? Okay, sure. So here's how it'll go.
Well, thanks, guys.
Each of you would-be adventurers will be presented with an opinion-based survey on your device. Pick the options that best suit you. You'll pick the top 3 for each prompt you're given. Also, be sure to pick them in order of preference. 1 will grant the most points, then 2, then 3.
Order matters, okay.
Each ranking carries a point value, so when everyone is done, I'll do some magical math and sort your collective answers from most to least popular.
There's been
And
other games where they don't explain that order matters.
They can't play, but I will let them answer surveys and skew the results. So
I think
let's start
Espionage
with-
never explained that well.
We won! How are we celebrating our Little League Championship win?
Are we supposed to coordinate? I don't really think so, right? We all kind of just start picking things. And so it's not like we submitted the answers. It would be kind of funny if we submitted the answers, but I don't know, that would slow things down. So like, I kind of like that we're not coordinating. You're just picking, right? And then hopefully you all just end up on the same page. I know what my number 1 would be. I think I got mine locked in. There's a lot of things here that would be fun to do, but I'm not going to do it to celebrate a Little League championship. Going to the movies is fun. In my mind, it's not a party, you know? There's like a common thing in Jackbox Games, you know, where they kind of have these recurring art styles that they return to often. And this is one I've like never seen. I've never seen this art style in a Jackbox game. I'm really digging it.
Done? Follow me.
If there was no audience, if you didn't play
Now that
streamer
I've
mode,
combined
then you would
all
just, the
your
people in the
answers,
room
your
would be on
challenge
opposite
can
teams, I
begin.
think.
Behind this door, your task is simple. Find the top 3 answers while avoiding the rest. For every correct
Oh.
answer, I'll give you a nice bright torch. Pretty handy down here. And for each one you get wrong, I'll be taking a torch away. Since you've each brought a torch with you, you'll be starting with 1. Let's begin. Pick your first door, but be careful. Choose the door labeled with what you think is the correct answer, and then it's up to this player to make the selection. Each player will get a chance to open a door, but for now, it's all you. So start talking.
Oh god, okay. So we need to figure out the top 3 answers. I know I specifically thought that Pizza Party would be like a great thing because it's easy, it's accessible, everyone can do that. You know, it's like people are not excluded from pizza parties usually. I thought water park was fun because I don't like amusement parks. Water parks are just great. And bowling was another good one. I'm not going to go to a movie or a concert. Going for ice cream is another pretty good answer. A lot of people are saying pizza party in the comments here. Also commenting that it's kind of chaotic. I'm waiting for more people to see. All right, we're getting more votes for pizza party. It seems like maybe everyone would win for that. I'm Gray Man. So, I don't know if we share a timer. So we earned, that was the number one answer, right? Yes, good. Which is kind of funny. It makes it like a little bit Family Feud. And so now you guys, it's totally like Family Feud. So now you guys have to try and find the number 2 answer, or like we're just collectively trying to earn the highest total. Like, are we gonna work our way through all 8 of these? And oh, no, it's just the top 3. It's the top 3 is what we're looking for. We've kind of established that. My face is like blocking how much time is left, so that's not very helpful. I am gonna move that back out of the way. Go for ice cream.
Feeding time.
It's funny because oh, 4th. That one made sense. I kind of ignored it initially on my original vote, but I kind of thought like, that's in the same vein, same ballpark of going for pizza. So I thought that was a pretty good choice, personally. I'm trying to get my face out of the way. Audience are suck. It's really fun that we get to pit ourselves against the audience, because in this way, even though you don't have your own avatar and you're not a named player, everyone on stream is kind of like, in a way, equally participating. Maybe you don't get your opportunity to have like the torch in hand, but a barbecue is a good one too. A barbecue would be a fun way to... I hate amusement parks personally.
Wicked.
Good choice. I kind of know that I'm in the wrong there. Wrong. I think water parks are better. But I know people do like amusement parks. Mostly I just have a fear of roller coasters. Hate them. So kind of rules out all of that for me. Okay, you guys worked that out. And I think, I guess I support it. Good work, team. Now I don't want to communicate. Now I don't want to sway people's opinions, you know? You guys work it out for yourselves. The water park, I mean, that makes sense. It's the amusement parks up there. The water park probably follows just behind. Makes sense.
You did it. You found the right opinions.
You guys, the audience lost a torch the first time. It's not just a matter of accumulating them.
Time to settle some scores. We're just getting warmed up in this cold, damp cave. And this time, let's rank 4 choices instead of 3.
4, okay.
New rule. You're only allowed to listen to music or podcasts in one room of your house. Which room are you choosing?
Okay, very specific question. Well, I know I have a specific answer that's going to apply to me in a very specific way. I'm still doing it, though. No, I am changing that order ever so slightly. I don't have some of these rooms. Yeah, I don't have a nursery. I don't even have a porch. I don't have a home gym. Who would I look like? I don't have a basement. You know, so I'm going with what makes sense to me. Oh, I wasn't paying attention when it revealed the full ranking from the previous round. Going to the movies was 6th. I agree. I think going to the movies is like a thing that you do with like a small group of people. Your little league team of like 20 people going to the movies together, that would be obnoxious. I think I would.
Another cavern awaits.
I'm just, probably I did do it once. In like a big group.
So feel like you've got a handle on things?
But it's kind of That was growing up in a
Check the
small town
rules.
where it's
For this
guaranteed
round,
that
you'll
there will
need
be
to
seats
find the
available.
answers ranked
It's tough to do in
2,
a
3,
city
and
with,
4.
you know, a lot more. Wait, we have to find answers 2 and 3, 2, 3, and 4. We're skipping answer 1. Okay, I didn't put bedroom first. My guess is most people would put bedroom first. I'm in like my home office right now, so I put home office first because I like to listen to music and podcasts while I'm working. I put kitchen second because I like listening to music while I cook, and bedroom third, but I think most people would probably want to retreat to their bedroom, so don't pick bedroom, because bedroom is number 1. So my guess is bedroom's number 1. And so what do we think? I don't even know what, like, I don't think this will be on there, because I don't think anyone would say, like, I haven't, like, very few people have a nursery. That's literally the last one. That might have been a chaos answer. I don't know, that might have been intentionally throwing that one into the dirt. Just throwing the game there, going down in the second round, bet it all on black, you know? That went poorly. The idea of forcing you to skip number 1 is really funny, because it just requires an extra layer of like predictive power. I think that's a really fun twist to put on the game here. I'm guessing the audience is like voting, like you all have the option of which one you want to pick next, and then it's a matter of which got the most votes. Kitchen was 4th. Ooh, narrow one there. All right, I think basement, maybe office. I think basement is the safest bet, but I'm curious what everyone else is picking here. A lot of people are upset about that nursery, the nursery pick. Some people are voting for dining room. I don't know. I don't know. I don't use the dining room that often. I kind of just eat at my desk or eat in front of the TV because I'm a slob, I guess. But like, I'm never listening to music while doing that, right? So that it doesn't really fit for me personally. It's hard for me to picture. I mean, how many people have a home gym? It would make sense to listen to music at a home gym. How many people have one? We gotta cast a vote here. Scared little turtle.
You're monster chow.
I was pretty confident that it wouldn't be dining room. I like this. I like this a lot because it gives you this ability to like argue through things the way you would in like a social deduction game, but you're actually just doing it cooperative, but only one person has the final say. And so like I think this is potentially my favorite one so far, because it's just like a unique combination of things that make Jackbox games typically work well. I think this is 3. Second. That was the second one. Actually, you know what? I probably put it as second myself. Now, it can't be bedroom. I just can't picture people having picked porch. Basement, you just chill out. You veg out down in your basement. Called it a million years ago.
Way to carry your team.
The bedroom was number 1. That felt obvious. Yeah. There's just something very funny about how personal
Let's take a peek at how we're doing.
it feels.
We've
They
arrived
just,
at
no,
your last
I told you that
One
wasn't
group
it.
won't be leaving it.
It's get
This
invested
time,
in it
let's
so
rank
quickly,
5
you know.
instead of 4, okay? Aliens are here, and they want to abduct the person who is the best dancer. Who's getting abducted?
Oh, this one's crappy. If you're playing a streamer version, then you should have the ability to disable questions that are based on the people playing. Because now it's just random crapshoot. This round is essentially ruined. For the record, I'm an awful dancer. I'm a very, very bad dancer. It's a shame. It's a shame because it basically just means this one is a write-off. So I personally really dislike this. I say we do a speed round collectively. Just pick a rant. You don't need to discuss, because discussing's not gonna help anything. You know, it's like that should be disableable, to not have questions where the answers are the players.
Cave.
It makes sense when you're playing with a room full of people you know. Then it's
And
really
now for
funny.
one last twist. In this final round, all I ask is that you rank the answer choices from the bottom to the top. So you'll need to first find number 8, then 7, then, well, you know how to count backwards. I have a few more surprises in store for you, but I'll spill the beans once we're inside.
That'd be really
Ready?
funny if the question was like literally anything else.
Welcome to your final trial. It's just like the previous 2 caverns, but with 3 major differences. First, you'll no longer gain torches for a correct answer, but you can bet you'll still lose torches when you're wrong. Second, when you're on your last torch and you answer incorrectly, the game is not immediately over. The other team will need to provide a correct answer to eliminate you. And third, a team wins when either their opponent runs out of torches or if they complete the round with the most torches remaining. Got it?
All that makes sense. Great. Fun final round. Nice quick game. Totally, in my mind, ruined. And that's, I'm gonna hold this against it. I'm a terrible dancer. It's just, I hate doing it, and so I assume I'm bad at it, you know? So, that's about one of the only things. Is anyone willing to put themselves out there and say they are a good dancer? That's such a disappointing way to round out this one. Because I was really into it. I love the art style. I love just, like, the thematically, it's a very fun game. Unique gameplay, which is kind of surprising considering there's now 40 Jackbox games. Whoever has the torch, just guess something, because it doesn't matter. And we'll have to support your decision unless you get it painfully wrong. I'm sorry. Then we will hold that against you. Yeah.
Aw, you can't.
So how could you possibly get that wrong? The answer was so obvious. Just baloney.
Since you're having trouble, let me give you a hand.
It doesn't take away the ones that went poorly in this specific round. Well, this game and this round would be funny in a room full of people where you then have to hash it out between each other, because it's kind of like the game from Jackbox 6, I think it is, where it's like all about test tubes and scientifically finding out people's personalities and things like that. Like, that's funny when you know the people, you know? Doesn't really work here. So since we chose the online play,
I thought you had that one.
like, this is just kind of crappy. Are you excited, Drev, that you got voted worst dancer by pure and utter chance?
Ha! Gotcha. Here you go. And guess what? The other team answered incorrectly. So get this right and the game is over.
I'm baffled that they didn't think to include that streamer mode didn't automatically disable this. Sometimes groups of people stream things and the audience can do their best to guess when it's a group, but when like none of us know each other, then I still like the game. I still think the game is very good. I don't hold this against the overall quality of the game, but I do think this was an insane oversight, because I feel like I've just wasted the last, like, whatever, 10 minutes Well, honestly, however long I spent playing the game, I've wasted the last 20 to 30 minutes, but the last 5 to 10 minutes spent on this round specifically has been like the worst waste of time I've maybe ever spent on a
Better
stream.
luck next time.
You know, it's just kind of frustrating. Oh, are you kidding me? It's gonna make me keep playing? I'm gonna like go to the bathroom then or something, because this is just kind of shitty. I'm sorry, everyone.
Let me get that for you.
Still going, hey? This is so stupid. Is it? Oh god, okay, I was worried for a second it was me. I don't even know what's been picked anymore though, because it's not eliminating the things that have already been picked. Like, was Vedic not already picked once? I genuinely don't remember. I'm guessing Sarah's not here.
You miss 100% of the doors you don't choose.
Thanks for that, Wayne Gretzky. Holy crap. Things went sideways during the enormous wheel game, and kind of it went to hell, and like I kind of was, the final round there just was way dragged out. This is 1 billion times worse. Especially since I think it makes you wait out the audience's timer. So not even a way to fast forward this. Thank you.
Go you.
Oh my goodness. That was brutal. I got voted best dancer despite specifically telling people I'm a bad dancer because I'm the only one that anyone has
Well
like
done.
a face to point at, you know?
survived using the power of opinions. As promised, here's the way out. And you'll learn to love the place.
My plan is just to play each game once, because I don't have time. Like, this is already taking a bit longer than I had kind of set aside time for. So that is a great game with a horrible design flaw and a terrible ending. So I don't want to have all my judgment be based on that, but that was an incredible waste of time. That's so annoying. So the Jackbox Games has had Fake in It, Push the Button. I think those are the only two social deduction games. Monster Seeking Monster? Not quite. I would say no. Hidden Identity, Out Loud Play, not family friendly. A social deduction game where everyone did it. Funny sales pitch. Funny like little elevator pitch for that one. I guess maybe. Do you know what? Before I do want to check. Like, is that my own mistake for assuming that by selecting streamer play that the game would default to more streamer friendly settings? Was there something I could have done here? Like under gameplay maybe? Post-game sharing? No, nope. None of that has to do with content control. This is where they should have turn off anything specific to the people. There's a better way to word that for sure. But no, it's not something I could have turned on. Something in the game that like desperately needs to be patched into the game. Weapons drawn. Which, if this isn't a drawing-based game, then it's a waste of a good pun.
Your room code is IHQZ.
Very handy to be able to click that button and just have it read that out for me.
IHQZ.
What a lovely experiment.
This one is, it's the final version of the game. It's coming out in a week. I doubt anything is going to be changed dramatically. I still have to try it. Some people are saying this game is very complicated. We'll find that out together, you know? We gotta try. I like the portraits. They're all quite fun, actually. Katrina's especially is wigging me out like absolutely wild. Weird. Very weird. But we'll try to find out together.
Not long ago, in a mansion filled with cunning and canapes, there was a gathering of the world's most famous detectives, who, as it happens, were also the world's most devious murderers. They had devised a unique competition where they earned points for solving crimes and points for committing them. Each detective had a stash of 2 murder weapons. Look at the prompt on your device to see the first one you'll draw. But take heed. As a murderer, you also have a calling card, a letter from your own name that you must include in your drawings. Do your best to hide the letter as part of the image, like so.
Oh. I can't explain to you how amazing that is. This is like a game I used to play on paper.
Draw 2 weapons and hide your calling card now.
It's not at all like the game I used to play, but it was something me and my mom did, where one person just scribbles on a page and then you hand it to the other person and they have to make a picture out of it. And there was no points or anything. It was just like a fun way to goof around. And so in like a weird way, this is that game that I played like
by the way, if you've
all
played
my
before,
life.
You can turn off tutorials in the pause menu. I promise not to take it personally.
So this is absolutely phenomenal in my mind. If this remotely lives up to that potential, then I think there's a real winner on our hands with this game. There's my first one. This is really difficult in like a very, very fun way to, because everyone has a letter that's just, it looks like a drawing though. The letter is made out of like drawings. It doesn't look like it was typed out of a keyboard or something. So, you know, it's like notably difficult to work with. Oh, there is an undo in this one. Even though there's no actual eraser, an undo is still pretty good.
Yes!
There we go. Brilliant. Very happy with both of those drawings, actually. Nothing for the audience at this stage, apparently. Still getting around to it. The game releases in just over a week. It's October 14th. So it's 8 days away, I suppose. You are given an insane amount of time. It gave 400 seconds. Maybe I should have put more time into my drawings. I'm a little surprised they have 2 drawing games in one pack as well, but like sometimes the drawing games are like the most fun ones, so you know, I'm into it. Why not? Oh, Ashley's smile. They all kind of have messed up smiles. Every one of them has a weird smile, but Ashley's with the black lipstick especially stood out. I'm curious. I found hiding the letter easy, but maybe I'm overestimating or underestimating. Like, once we all see each other's drawings, maybe you guys will be able to point at it and be like, oh, well, yeah, there it is. Obvious. I don't even know if we get to know. If we get to know which letter. Like, Katrina just finished submitting theirs. Like, are they hiding a K, an A, a T? And don't tell us, Katrina, because that'll spoil things. But, like, I don't know if it's always going to be the first letter. If it's a random letter from within there. Like, what is it? What is it pulling for? Or, like, Kinowin has 3 N's. So if it's a random letter, it's a higher likelihood that theirs was going to be an N, or Lucky Luigi, it's only 2 I's, 2 L's, 2 U's, could be a lot of different things. Frank's, if you get stuck with an X, that'd be tough. An R might even be harder to hide than an X. Just kind of tough, I'd say. Lucky Luigi, I hope you're still here. Because otherwise I'm gonna be real upset if the game doesn't give me an option to like boot a player. Because now we're stuck waiting out like 2+ minutes on the clock, and also it's taking up the space of someone else who could be playing. So I hope they're actually here. That's something that I think I should be given some control over as the one like running the stream. Because I'm very highly suspicious that they just like aren't here. So that's kind of a pain in the ass. Like the game shouldn't be able to tell like, oh, have you not touched your screen in 1 entire minute? Maybe you aren't here anymore, and maybe you should be booted from the game. It feels borderline like worth restarting, but I don't. You could restart and then just end up with the exact same problem. If I would have known extended timers were going to be that extended, I probably would have turned them off for this game. Usually it makes like a 30-second difference and doesn't actually end up mattering that much. And now here it's like critically important. Yes, they're definitely just not here. So that sucks. Maybe they'll get booted out. I guess we'll see. Some people are saying to restart it. I don't know, we could just end up with the exact same problem. We still have another minute. A lot of people are saying to restart. I think I kind of agree. Unless there's a way, unless I can kind of like... It's too late to turn off extended timers. I can't do anything about that, so that doesn't help. He draws better with more stress, just intentionally letting that time limit build up. Should I also turn off extended timers? Because it's... I feel like I should. I should leave extended timers on, probably. That's really unfortunate. I'm sorry to anyone who now is going to potentially lose their spot. It's only 40 more seconds to wait now, but it might mean we have to wait 4 additional minutes literally every single round. And so that's very annoying. Like, that would just derail the game in such a frustrating way. So yes. And people are saying turn. I better make sure I make it into the...
For the crowd.
I liked my blue guy. He was fun. I think turning off extended timers might be a little risky, depending how how much this game comes down to like second-to-second decisions with the delay in the stream. So hopefully here, hopefully everyone's actually in. Darn, I was really proud of mine. I guess we can skip this, so whoever's in charge, we can skip the intro thing this time around. I'm a little surprised it's not me.
Most cunning murderers.
Maybe that's not considered skippable.
They had devised a unique competition where they earned points for solving crimes. And
I'm
points
just
for
mashing buttons
committing
trying to
them.
skip.
Each detective came prepared with 2 murder weapons.
Okay,
Look at the
so it
prompt
picks a
on your
random
device to
letter
see the
from your
first one
name.
you'll
That's
draw.
one thing I've
But be
confirmed
careful.
here. Can we
As a
skip the
murderer,
tutorial?
you
Whoever...
also have a calling card, a letter from your own name that you must include in your drawings. Do your best to hide the letter as part of the image, like so. If your calling card is too obvious, your fellow detectives may spot it and trace the weapon back to you. Draw 2 weapons and hide your calling card now.
I also don't know if those rounds were gonna like repeat. I don't know if we were gonna do this drawing thing only literally the once and it wouldn't have mattered. But I was kind of fearing that every step of this was gonna get derailed.
By the way, if you've played before, you can turn off tutorials in the pause menu. I promise not to take it personally.
I could have turned off the tutorial, but I still need the tutorial for some other sections here. It's interesting the way lines get drawn on top of each other. That's something to keep in mind.
Your time's half gone. You should be starting your second drawing.
Excellent.
I liked my drawings for the first round better, which is unfortunate. I feel like I hid them well, and it just made sense. It just worked better, worked out better. That was the risk I took, that we collectively took. Everyone's drawing their second drawing. Everyone who is still drawing, so that's a good sign. About 40 seconds left. But by the time you hear this, probably like 30 or 25 or something.
First rate.
The fact that everyone's on their second drawing at least confirms that everyone is here. So that's good.
Time's nearly up. Don't blame me if you don't finish.
Everyone's on their second drawing, so it's not like people aren't drawing at all. Hopefully the game takes whatever you had drawn. Everyone got in with like a second left. That was amazing.
As a fellow party guest, use your device to give your guest a name. Any clever moniker will do, but don't leave any clues to your own identity.
There you are.
So you're not picking someone else, you're just naming your own thing here entirely.
It's done.
And make sure you don't give away who your accomplice is. So like,
Fine.
Frank's it, don't name your person Frank with a K or something like that, you know? but maybe someone else in the room should do that, like make it Emerald Queen or something, just to like mess with people. But don't steal that idea. That's mine.
Fundamental.
There's something funny here where the characters are like color themed, but so they probably kind of had to be really careful not to make any of them look remotely like the characters from Clue. You don't want to overlap with that and have Colonel Mustard, Mr. Mustard, is it Colonel Mustard? It is, and Mrs. White, Miss White, whatever they all are, Miss Scarlet. Yeah, have to make sure none of these characters look like any of those.
Yes, that will do nicely. And just in time for the party.
I'm glad we restarted. I think it'll be
Everyone,
better having a
your
full
attention, please.
room of participants.
Please welcome our honorees for the evening, the world's greatest
And we would have had to wait
detectives.
out another extended timer for the accomplice.
I'm your host, Lord Tippett, and I must say, your reputations precede you. Oh, you brought gifts. You can set them down anywhere.
Looks like one of your drawings is out in the open, just as well. These gifts represent every type of weapon you'll see this evening, and no detective draws the same weapon twice.
Oh, and allow me to welcome your esteemed guests.
I'm not sure how much I was supposed to make note of that. So these are everyone's accomplices. PewDiePie, Batman, Diamond Cutter, Wood. Mr. Beast, we got all kinds of big YouTubers in this stream all of a sudden. Ned, National Geographic Explorer, Timmy.
Wonderful. Now, let's just...
That didn't seem like 8
Egad,
people.
We seem to have blown a fuse. Did somebody plug in the margarita machine? At least with you all around, we can be sure there won't be any foul play.
Oh, I wouldn't be so sure. Time to attack. Choose a guest to murder on your device. Then guess which detective brought them to the ball. Use your knowledge of what your fellow detectives may have written, or simply take a stab in the dark. If you're the first to figure out who brought a guest, your murder is successful, but your weapon will be left behind as evidence. And get on with it before the lights come back.
Oh, I mean, like, I didn't get a chance to really fully register people's, like, weapons and stuff. Will I get to see that again at some
Does
point
anyone have
here?
a lamp? Preferably an expensive one.
So I'm guessing
That was a bit
you
of a
guess the
fright.
accomplice, then you
Cat
guess who
six.
brought that accomplice.
6 of our guests have been murdered.
It's a lot of
Each
murder.
murder you commit earns you a point from me. And the longer you get away with it, the more you can earn.
Well, at least we have the world's greatest detectives here to solve these crimes. To the
Batman,
crime
world's
board.
greatest detective. PewDiePie, also good.
Aha! We found the murder weapons. Let's start by focusing on just 2 of these dastardly implements.
So,
Thanks to science, we can tell how many awful attempts were made on each guest's life.
And if you brought one of these guests, each of those attempts earns you points.
This is peculiar. If I didn't know better, I'd say these weapons are the same as some of the gifts you all brought.
Imagine that.
Unfortunately, we really only have time to solve one of these cases.
That means the other murderer will get away, for now.
Examine the evidence and talk through your theories.
So there's
Choose the
always
case
a
with the
pair?
best chance of solving.
for a triplet, essentially. Like, there's 3 orange things and 3 pink
Well, then.
on screen.
Come now.
So you're probably looking for common elements, like something that would be a letter that someone would have been stuck having to work around. That does not give a lot to go off of. Which case do you want to investigate? Sure, I don't know. The other one looks a little difficult.
We have our case. You there. Since you brought this gift,
Glad we weren't trying
I'm
to solve
letting
it
you
in
borrow
that moment.
My lucky magnifying glass. Use your device to move it over the evidence for a closer look. Now, everyone hurry and vote for who murdered this guest.
I can just shrink this down and like get out of the way. So, they killed National Geographic Explorer. They left
Don't
behind
be
their
afraid to
marble
collaborate with your
statue.
fellow detectives. There's no eye in investigation.
Oh, is the audience zooming in on things? How is the zooming in happening there? I don't know if the color matches or not. I don't know if the color has anything to do with anything. I'm casting my vote, I guess.
A hung jury? Get it together and vote next time.
Oh, we had
My
to all
party depends
agree?
on it. I wish there was something I could do for those of you who brought
This
these
is where
guests.
extended timers
I'm
would
sure
have been
there's
helpful.
something I can do.
All right, thinking caps on.
And if you're a murderer, deflect suspicion onto the other case. Your life depends on it, or at least your sterling reputation.
I'm looking. There's like such a scribble in the corner of paper cuts. Is that what was trying to be hidden, maybe?
On with it.
Let's extrapolate. What's this?
I'm voting for the paper cuts one, the diamond cutter,
Yes.
because it seems like there's very little room to hide a letter within that one. And that they potentially just scribbled like
Since
crazy.
you brought this guest, you get control of the magnifying glass.
Oh, that's where the magnifying glass is
Let's
coming
take a
from.
closer look, shall we? I wish I had any idea who the murderer is.
Well, we can eliminate.
There's a lot of
two
straight
suspects.
lines.
Their drawings for this weapon are right in front of us.
Oh, so it couldn't have been those two because they already paper cuts, and those are the only two that are blue. So, does anything in there look like it would have or could have been a letter, like an L or an I or something like that? Maybe the letter 1? Oh, I'm gonna go Drew. No, 1, 2, because I think there's a letter 1 in there
Did I
probably.
mention that your calling cards aren't necessarily unique? It's possible for two.
You're accusing one of your colleagues? Fess up, detective. Are you innocent or guilty of this crime?
I liked killing.
How dare you ruin my party? You'll
Maybe
just
the
have to
I
stay
or
for
the
rest
L?
of it, so we can show you how to be a polite
Oh,
guest.
there's an E.
Great work
There's
solving that
absolutely an
case.
E in there.
I'm keeping track of who votes for the guilty party and awarding each of you points when you're right.
Like,
Even
I
when
think
the rest
that's
of
an
the group
E.
gets it wrong. There's one last pair of murders to investigate.
There's so
These
little
were
room to hide.
gifts. No wonder this party is dying.
Okay, well, I'm voting Foul Magics because there's so obviously an R in that one. Like, the body and the arm, 2 eyes put into the circular part of the R. Unless that was brilliant, like that would be such an amazing strategy to hide that from people. To like make something that's so obviously a letter in order to bury it. There are 4 people with R's in their name.
Do you know what happens when you assume? You earn points.
So it has to be Frank, Drev, Katrina, or Emerald. That's almost distracting. The magnifying glass is like annoying. I think it might be Frank's because there's so much stuff going on over there. I think I've voted for Frank's a couple times at this point. But there's also a lot going on in Drev. Oh, it might be hidden in Drev there somewhere.
What do you have to say for yourself? Oh, that's
I'm sorry if I'm
unfortunate.
swaying
Still,
people's
if any
votes
of you
into the
did
wrong
vote for the
direction.
actual guilty party, I'll see to it you're rewarded with points at the end of the night.
And as for our escaped murderer, keep lying low and there will be even more points in your future.
As for the murders we didn't get to, I promise we'll get to it later. Now why don't we get... Oh, fiddlesticks!
Time for more people to get
We
killed?
need some more weapons to keep this party going. Draw 2 more weapons using the prompts on your device. You'll be hiding the same letter, but it may look a bit different than before.
Okay, we're playing around with like uppercase, lowercase. So that makes things kind of interesting, doesn't it? Oh my god, okay, they don't... Now all of a sudden it's like calligraphy, and so it just looks like who knows what. Well, that makes it incredibly hard to find, honestly. Like, it's so indistinct at this point. It barely looks like anything. So in some way that makes this game like incredibly hard, because like no one's even gonna know remotely what they're looking at here.
As you were.
You've
I
used
don't know.
half your time.
There's near
Don't forget,
infinite
you
room
have
to
2
hide your
drawings
letter
to
because
finish.
it was so complex looking. When your letter just looks like a squiggle, it's pretty easy to squiggle around in order to obfuscate it as much as possible. I don't know about this one. They were onto something, but the rounds are moving so quickly that there's like no time to like really stop and think, and I guess they're trying to do that to hide the obvious answers. Like you barely have time to process what you're looking at, but like it's kind of just flying through things. I get why people would be confused on this one. Maybe it's got Bidiots potential, you know, requires a couple attempts.
Eureka!
But saying that out loud just makes me wish we were playing Bidiots 2. Maybe that should have been the second drawing game. None of my murder weapons have been as good as that very first attempt.
Hurry, time's almost up.
Difficult to run a stream and respond to text messages at the same time. What an amazing multitasker I am. Makes me a good murderer, probably. Hard to say.
You'll also need to name another accomplice. Remember, an accomplice that no one tries to murder doesn't do you any good. Give them a name that stands out.
Yes, indeed.
You want to get murdered.
Yes! See to it.
But then you also have to make sure that people can't link your murderable accomplice to you.
Dandy.
True artistry.
Did I hear the door? I think we have some newcomers. Please join me in welcoming our new guests.
Wonderful animation. Murder me, please. The letter H. XQC. Excuse you too. Gray Two Thumbs. Roger. Chamberlain Skeksis. Billy Bob, the real Dark Lord, and Sussy Bacca.
There's still time for me to get a smooch before midnight. Oh, ruddy hell!
Choose another guest and guess who brought them. If you're right, the dark deed will be done.
I can't see a thing. The murderer must have incredible night vision.
So, sometimes you're the detective, sometimes you're the murderer, I guess. Because, like, someone out here has to be committing the actual murders.
Now to revitalize the party with minced oats.
Notably less people murdered this time around.
More murders? All this death is starting to get old. I don't like that one. I refuse to point or clarify.
I mean, I think I see a letter in the broken heart, personally.
Aha. All right.
And I'm gonna attempt to start immediately looking ahead to see what else I can figure out. I have some suspicions, but now that we're incorporating upper and lowercase and like everything. Oh, I like the way that the voting timer is like a rolling up red carpet. That's a cute detail. Oh, everyone picked the other one. All right, I felt pretty confident in the other one there.
Well, actually, the edge of my rattan sofa.
And so I mean, it looks like a D or a
All right.
P. Is there a D's or P's? Vedic, Drevnov.
If the room is voting
0
to
P's.
condemn
So
you, now's your
I mean, I could be
last
looking at
chance
the
to
wrong
convince
thing
them
altogether.
otherwise.
Yes, yes.
What's this?
So there's like not that many different things. Hung jury.
And I thought no crime could stop
So we
the
just
world's
need
greatest
majority, right?
detectives.
It's not everyone has to
There's
agree.
One pair of murders left to
I ignored
examine.
Emerald King with the D's.
Ah, yes. Looking at something always is a good way to know about it.
So little room.
Indeed.
I know. Well, I'm picking the marble statue.
Aha. Oh,
Interesting.
And I think there's only 2 people it realistically could be.
Come now.
Feeling a little confident in that one. The letter, there's like the layering of the way you layer down your paint, and the letter kind of stands out above it, and so there kind of in my mind is a K that's standing out very obviously there. And it could only be Emerald King or Katrina. If the K is the important part, that could be a huge
Don't
decoy.
forget you can use the magnifying
Could we
glass to highlight
magnify
what you found
Katrina's
for your
sword
fellow
there?
detectives.
I don't think it's hidden in that ladder though, so I think I basically think it has to be Katrina.
Perhaps.
Unless I'm missing a K in someone else's name.
As much as I love seeing
guys,
people
I feel
get
like
away
that
with
was a
murder,
very
you may want to
doable
get your
one.
act together and pick someone next time.
If no one else has any crimes to commit, the dance floor beckons. Now,
Wait.
whatever you are.
They were both broken hearts that both looked like they were drawn with bees.
Odd that I'm your conscience, isn't it? What's that say about you?
It tells you about murder attempts on your character, and I don't really understand like what is useful about the information of knowing which character or person has been repeatedly murdered or attempted to be
This
murdered.
commotion is terrible for my dispense. Great God!
The idea of just this party keeps going
Why does everything
despite
happen to
everyone dying is
me?
quite funny.
I wish I could help, but I'm just a simple landed gentry with wealth and titles.
I swear there's something in the right one that should be identifiable. In both of them. There should be something identifiable on both those. There seems like there's so little room to hide. Like, how am I not seeing it?
Word. We're waiting.
They certainly tried to cover it up with a lot of squiggling, I think. But there's got to be something in there that's still...
Someone's metaphorical fingerprints.
I think
are
if you
all over
touch
this
hurry up
crime.
timer, it makes the timer shorter. So like it's kind of like push the button where you can rush things along in that way. All right, well, I can't even see a letter within that. An A, maybe.
Let's continue.
I'm really not seeing anything that distinct. People are piling up on Drevnov, and I might just have to go along with them. The color doesn't matter. Remember that the
There's
color
one
is not
pair of
important.
murders
Like,
left to investigate.
each of your murder weapons could be a different color, and that could not match the color that it's using for
Grim
you.
importance, like a cloud over a polo pitch.
Like for mine, for the I did it, for the pink, like I have drawn other things that are not pink, so don't go on that only. Drawing literal letters
Interesting.
is a fun way to try and like kind of hide things. I'm voting for the Mr. Beast one because I definitely see the letter. I don't know if it's unfair to, like, point out the letter at this stage. There's 100% an N
If you don't sell
in
this
the
one
gun.
fast, then there won't be time to light the big Talaska.
Right? And there's a lot of N's out there. But Kinnuin has so many N's in their name that odds were higher they would have had an N. But I don't know if they're allowed to be the magnifying glass person and the murderer.
Yes.
Oh god, everyone's rushing the timer so much. People are voting for people who don't have... Well, I was saying people are voting for people who don't have N's in their names. Maybe people disagree on what the standout letter is.
It's local slang meaning forgiving and attractive.
I feel quite confident that the N was the important letter there.
We've still got a ton of unsolved murders, and I am not going back to prison. Look, just take a guess at all of the remaining cases.
Ooh, if you did get it correct, you get points still, even if people didn't
I'll give
vote with you.
murderers extra points for
Faking
every
It did that
detective
as well.
they fool into voting for someone else.
Time is running out. Please hurry.
So who did it? Who used the marble statue? And it's just a matter of we're just trying to clean up these cold cases.
Yes.
I'm genuinely like not seeing the letter here. Crap, just gotta chuck out a random vote.
It was for the children.
What? What is the letter?
Expertly done.
I didn't understand at all what that was.
Interesting. Come on.
I see.
Did we just pin that on Kinnuin? Is that so that it couldn't be them again?
Aha.
Oh, how did I not see that? I thought there was an
Excellent.
N
Moving on.
in that one. I'm really bad at picking out the letters. I might have like an inability to do some form of pattern recognition or something. So these are really shots in the dark from me right now. Oh my god, it's so hard to see. Why are they so hard to see?
Oh.
I'm kind of losing track of who has been accused and stuff at this point now too, so that really makes it tough. Oh, it's so minuscule.
Fancy that. Let's go.
Yeah, it's highlighting the letter in red, absolutely, but then it's like easy to lose track of.
Interesting.
The R in that one is so obvious to me, but there was so many people with R's in their names. I got one right.
Nicely done. Next.
Gotta ignore the letter H. That has nothing to do with anything.
Fascinating.
Let's see. What's this?
I see people are piling on Vedic. They might see something I'm not. Although I think people are paying too much attention to color. It was me! How easy was that D to spot?
Celebrate later.
Take a look. Let's extrapolate.
What? No one has a B in their name? Oh, that's some cleverness. To like straight up put a B in there.
Yes.
I forgot to vote. What?
Brilliant work.
What was that? Was that a lowercase a? That was nonsense to me. Didn't understand that at all.
At once.
Perhaps.
I guess if you feel confident, you rush the timer to make sure other people don't have a chance. What?
I knew it.
That K was such a good fake out. That was brilliant. Well played. For sure. You need a good memory to keep track of who hasn't been accused yet. Or multiple people can come up multiple times, I think, too.
Yes, fine. Keep going.
That was an E? Not just straight lines, I guess.
Interesting.
All right, already. Fascinating.
Maybe that one thing is a C? This is impossible.
Yes, 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 very
I've
murdery.
got like one right. Are you kidding me? There's so little to look at on this one.
Word. Oh. Aha. Make haste.
What is that? Is that an
Bravo.
L? Well,
Interesting.
I already had my vote for this one.
Oh, yes.
There's no numbers, so letters don't come up, hey? Oh, I knew the N was important and I picked the wrong person. There's like multiple N's out there, so I just kind of got screwed.
What's this?
There are so many circles involved in that one. Oh, if you try to get around the game by spamming numbers, it'll give you a name like doctor or professor so that you're forcibly given letters.
Of you, not so
That's
much.
very interesting.
As promised, I've been keeping track of who the best detective is. Let's see
Honestly,
who
that
gets
game
the
was
prize.
both overly long and too fast. Like, it seemed like it took forever, yet at the
There's
same
also the
time,
matter
there was
of
never
who
any
the
time to like
best
stop and really
murderer
think through
is.
what was going on. Managed to kill 3 people, fooled 20.
And who brought the most popular accomplices.
So everyone kept trying to kill Mr. Beast and Billy Bob.
Our overall winner is...
The scoring on this one is a little absurd.
Congratulations. I hate to say goodbye, so I'll shout it instead. Goodbye.
It's a funny final sign off there. I think there's so much potential to that one. I think it basically needs to be a room full of people. Like, you have to play with other people who you can coordinate with, and then probably play with extended timers. It's one of the few games where I think extended timers in person would make sense, so that you actually have an opportunity to really get into it and really debate among yourselves and try to draw some sort of conclusion. I don't think the game is terrible. It has the steepest learning curve I've seen in a Jackbox game in a long time. I think that, like, some people say the devil's in the details was tough. That one made sense within a given round. I was kind of lost on this one. I can see the point, but everything was way too fast. Maybe it would be good once you played it 2 or 3 times and, you know, the explanations don't matter. But even then, the timers were too fast and the rushing the time, there was never any time. So I don't know. I'm a little split on that one. Definitely gonna have to save judgment on it. It's tough to see that one really coming together. Ideally, there's like a few too many rules. I don't know. It's okay. I like the concept. Hiding the letters is a great concept, and then everything else was just confusing as can be. It's not impossible. It's not indecipherable, but like, it certainly made it difficult. Drawful Animate. Drawful's a great game, always will be. Love it. No complaints there. Wheel of enormous proportions, trivia mixed with chance, a relatively fun concept. And our attempt went to absolute hell in that final round and kind of like went on way too long in my opinion. And I kind of was like, the extent to which nothing mattered can be funny, can be annoying, depends what you're looking for. Job. Basically, worse quiplash, better joke boat. That's kind of my takeaway of this one. I was kind of okay on it. I don't know about that one a lot. The poll mine seemed phenomenal. They need to fix those streamer options because that ruined the entire game. Just sat around doing nothing for like 10 minutes. So that was very frustrating. That's a design flaw that can easily be fixed. So I can't hold that against the game. I think it might have been one of the best ones in the pack if we didn't have that specific bad round. Weapons drawn, incredibly complex. Gonna take like 4 plays before I properly understand it or have like a solidly formed opinion on it. That was a longer stream than I intended. But again, thank you to the Jackbox Party Pack team for hooking me up with an early look at things. I'm organizing a bit of a group, like an in-person group, remote, whatever, of friends, the people I usually play Jackbox with. We'll play together. I'll edit those down into more individual consumable games. And I'll like really do my research on things like Weapon Drawn before, so that we go into it like really knowing how it works and what to expect. So yeah, those will be uploaded sometime in the near future. Sometime around October 13th, 14th, I'll have my review of this pack over on Two Left Thumbs. Yeah, sorry guys, I legitimately have somewhere to be. I should have left like 10 minutes ago, so I'm a little bit stressed, but I still wanted to like wrap things up. Thank you guys for joining, but I very, very much have to go. So take care, everyone.